Welcome to another wonderful adventureful night of Dungeons and Dragons with part of this Case of the Wednesdays crew here tonight. Kay had real life things pop up, as did Cheyenne. They'll both be back someday, hopefully sooner than later. Kay, I think, planning on next week, and I'm still waiting to hear back from Cheyenne when she'll be able to jump back in with us. But the four winner chicken dinners are here tonight, starting with my absolute favorite of them all. My name is Dane. I'm just kidding. But no, so to my right, I have Katie. She's playing Bitch Slap. She's a half-orc, animal-loving barbarian who likes to uproot trees and make friends with anything that shouldn't be made friends with. We have Jacob, who turns into those kinds of things that maybe she shouldn't try to befriend. He is playing Balar, our human druid, a Circle of the Moon dude. He also has seen death closely a couple of times and made a few pacts to slap a couple levels of Warlock into him as well. And then we have Kelly, also known as Bear, who's playing Lobolo. He's a half-elven bard, Valor bard, yeah. So he is here to sing us to sleep or to wake us with lullabies or however it works. And finally, all the way across the way, we have Mike. He's playing Aram, our parent of the group. He's the one that points in the direction and says, don't touch that. Or now that troll is not friendly. But he's playing a sorcerer, high elf sorcerer of Golden Dragon descent. And that is who's here. Missing tonight is Kay. She plays another half-elf assassin, Zenevieve, and she's not going to be in. And then Cheyenne plays Sylvia, a tiefling fighter, who also will not be in. But we left off in Vagaboth's tomb, or tomb, I guess, tomb, yeah. We had just finished fighting a Dracolich that you guys managed to kill. If we look closely to the left there, Aram is over at a water fountain where he has healed up. The Dracolich is dead there in the center, and then I've got a new little thing that makes you guys extra bloodied up, which is kind of cool. And for anybody just joining, if you float over anybody on the combat tracker, the map jumps to them now. So that's super helpful. But yeah, that's where we are, so you guys can pick it up. As you well know, Mike, the door at the very top has slammed shut, and you guys are now encased in this ancient burial site.
Okay, well, the first thing I'm going to do is come join the rest of the group. Thank Zenevieve for the suggestion for the water fountain.
Sure, she's going to actually head over back towards it because she's pretty damaged. And she's going to get in there.
Yeah, and those who look like they're a little battle-worn, I'm going to suggest they might want to join Zenevieve. That water seems to be really refreshing.
Okay.
And as everybody's gathering up, I'm going to mention that before the Pixie decided to bring me all the way through the tunnels, the door slammed shut behind me. I couldn't get it to pop open with any of my magic abilities. Okay. But we are here to figure out how to get rid of the lich bones.
Right.
So, I suggest we figure out how the hell to do that and then figure out a way to get out of here or combine the two. I don't know. Split up.
Okay, so Bitch Slap and Lobolo use the fountain water as well. So you and Zenevieve, and all three of you splash yourselves with the water, and you feel your aches, your pains, your sores kind of fall away. You feel your flesh knit back together where you've been scratched. Your bones and bruises and stuff fade to be normal. And then I do want you to each roll fortitude save. Was it last time? I think that's what I had it as.
Constitution. Oh, is it fortitude?
Yeah, Constitution as far as fortitude. Sorry,
Bitch slap on my combat tracker is marked prone.
Thank you. I can fix that easily.
Yeah.
While they're doing that, I want to start investigating this altar, see if there's any markings, ratings, scribing, and collect any of those mushroom thingies that are there.
Okay, so you're gonna head over and start collecting mushrooms over there. Since you were not damaged by hanging out where you were the whole time. They go over there. Let me get those. I got one Constitution save from Aram, who already did it last week. So really, it's I got one.
Oh.
I got all three of you. Okay, never mind. Roll.
Sorry, I missed that.
No, you did. You're all right. You didn't get in again. But do roll me. 2d20 each. Bitch Slap and Labolo.
Apparently, I have affinity for 13 today.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's not the worst number you could roll.
If you right click it, Katie, you can do it. That's 14.
I know. I tried. It didn't work.
How old is Bitch Slap?
Probably about. What do they? How do half orcs age?
Kind of like humans.
Kind of like humans. Then I'm guessing probably mid-20s.
So 25.
Yeah.
Okay, well you're 11 now.
Yes.
And how old was Labolo?
I think it was like 35.
Okay,
Shipping you your notes.
so you're 21.
This is so awesome.
Oh, notes. Okay.
Yeah.
Height, weight, size, medium.
Yeah, it might not be in there unless you put it in there.
Oh, I'm 43.
43
Yes.
minus 13, so you're 30.
Sweet. Back to my prime.
Which, as a half elf, you're probably like 70, but that's fine.
Mm.
All right, so you guys are young. You guys, I mean, and Aram, you're not really close anymore. But Genevieve is standing right there when it happens. She's gonna jump out. She also is looking mighty young. But Aram, when Bitch Slap comes back over towards the Dracolits, you notice, I mean, she's shrank. She's a little bit smaller. She's not as tall, maybe not even as strong. Her clothes that she barely wore anyway barely fit. Go on, Huck. Lydia, get this cat. But yeah, so.
So I'm sorry. I heard I notice. I heard I notice, and then like everything went blank for me. I'm sorry. I don't know if I froze up or what, but
No, my internet said it was acting up. So you notice that Bitch Slap looks a lot younger, skinnier, shorter. Her clothes hang a little looser on her. Her tusks are shorter. They're not quite as grown in. Yeah.
Is her voice squeaky?
Maybe. I mean, she's an adolescent half-orc barbarian at this point.
Oh. Trying to work out a war cry over there.
That didn't work.
yeah.
I
I'm gonna my Arcana knowledge. Would that give me any insight as to this fountain being like the fountain of youth type thing?
What do you want to do with it? How?
Well, I'm proficient with Arcana knowledge. Would this fountain fall under that knowledge?
Yeah, it'd be Arcana for sure.
Okay. So
You can roll.
if I roll, okay, determine if I can.
Ooh.
22.
So you've heard of things like this Fountain of Youth kind of happening before, but you've never thought it was real. It's always been more mythos or like legend, myth or legend, and it's definitely not something you know how to reverse.
Okay.
By any means. I mean, besides time.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm going to mention to the rest of the crew. I know that fountain was really refreshing for everybody, but I'm thinking it might be a good idea for us to avoid getting into any more of it, since our half-orc now looks like she's about to be in diapers.
I feel great.
You don't, though. I mean, you don't feel bad. You feel great, but you are less strong. You're not quite as bitch slappy as normal. You're more like
I haven't tried any of that.
I know.
I'm just walking around.
You feel limber. I mean, you feel like less aches and cramps from the road, and from sleeping on the ground or battles that you've been hurt in and stuff like that. A lot of that stuff's gone, but you're also. I'm not even sure you noticed that you're younger necessarily, but you are 11, so that's a thing.
Anybody got some empty vials or
Got a water
containers?
skin.
Did anybody drink potions while we were in here? Because that would leave empty containers.
I drank one, I think.
But I'm willing to take my. Well, no, because I don't have mine with me. I was gonna say if I had a water skin, I'd be willing to empty it, but mine's in my bag. So.
I'll use mine.
Yeah, I'll use mine too.
Okay.
Can we put the corpse of Lady Popeye in her? And see if anything happens to her dead ass body?
You can.
That would be in Ballard's bag.
Yeah.
The corpse.
Alright. So I asked Ballard. But
yeah, if we want to try it, I'll go ahead and reach into my somehow bottomless bag and pull her body out.
The bag of empty pockets.
Yes.
The bag of stank. All the dead stuff's in there. I'm trying to find the nearest dead thing that's not a dragon and not a lich to test the water on. So.
I'm also going to empty the normal water out of my water skin and fill it up with water from the fountain.
Okay. You can label it heartstring flask.
Heartstream?
Heartstring.
And I dump out 2 of my oil flasks, probably into my lantern, and use those to get some.
Okay, so yeah, if you're doing that, make sure you put on your equipment sheet that you have a flask of life, a stream or string water.
2
and
flasks.
then final answer, you guys are going to throw Ogre in the water? Just making sure.
Yeah, let's see what
I
happens.
mean, I don't know about throw her in the water unless we're going to tie a rope to her so we don't have to climb in after.
I mean, at this point, I got enough age on me. I don't mind having to retrieve her if necessary.
I mean, I've got rope. It's too easy to just tie it around her waist so we can help lift her out.
Are you dunking her in it, or are you going to have her try and drink some of her rotted, soggy, rigor mortis set in nasty?
We could try pouring some into her mouth. Yeah, that means that she won't contaminate the water if that's a possibility.
True. I mean, to that effect, we could pour it over her body as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just kind of set her body up on the edge of the fountain. So if it's the fountain that's causing the effect, not the water itself, set her up on the ring of the fountain, pour some over her body, pour some in her mouth, any open wounds, and kind of see what happens.
All right, who's doing it?
But before we go too much further, I've been wanting to keep an eye on the gargoyles. Do I still see any movement from those?
Yeah,
things?
they still move. You guys still have to take a wide berth of them. They still have a 15-foot range each.
Okay.
Moving. Just
yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say keep that stuff in mind, guys.
Good catch. Okay, so yeah, is that the plan then?
Before we do that and potentially open up a can of worms, did I find any markings, inscriptions, anything when I was inspecting the altar? As well as how many mushrooms did I get?
After going over the altar, you got about a half pound of the red mushrooms. And there aren't any actual inscriptions on the altar itself, just black, burnt, mostly burnt down candles. And then I think somebody already took the giant ass sword that was there. Or the curved blade. I think it's a long sword. I think Katie has it. Or Bitslap has it. But yeah, no particular writings though. Lots of old, there's a lot of blood that's been on this thing.
Does Dracolich have anything interesting on its person?
I don't think so. Let me double check.
Any cool shiny scales, souvenirs?
No, this wasn't its actual lair. Otherwise, it'd have been harder to fight. It's. I mean, it's basically just a pile of dust and bones.
Okay.
It's even after you killed it, even the sinew that was left kind of started to deteriorate rather quickly.
All right.
Are the bones worth anything?
I don't know. What do you
If
think?
if it wasn't for the fact that they're deteriorating in front of your face, yeah, they would be. But the fact that they're turning into dust tells me they're probably not.
Okay.
I would like to explore the cavern, and I'm wagering at some point I'll find my way over to that living quarters area.
Do we want to do this body thing before we do that?
I don't know. You guys tell me. I'm just Zenevieve, and she's peculiarly enough, she's just staying out of the way of the things, and she's like sitting there playing with her knife.
Yeah,
I say let's do the body before we go any further. See what happens.
sounds good.
I mean, I'm okay with doing it if everybody else wants to stand back. Kelly, if you want to, or sorry, Labolo, if you want to stand close enough to hit me with a heal spell just in case something goes south.
Sure.
Just
Wait,
because.
before I say that, let me check and see if I actually have spells.
True.
Because as far as I know, we haven't rested yet. So, yeah, I've got a couple I can.
I'd say if not, I've got some. If somebody else wants to do it.
Just try not to die too hard.
And second thought, let me stand next to you, Bilar.
Okay.
Me with my age, it's not going to be that big of a stretch if I need to get into the pond for some reason.
Bitch slaps. I'm gonna stand back here. I don't need a splash of that on me.
We're just playing with knives up here.
Oh, you and Zenevieve
All
are
right.
tossing it back and forth.
So Labola, if you want to back up from the fountain, and then me and Aram will do this and see how it works. So I'm gonna retrieve her body from my bag of wondrousness and place it up on the fountain edge, and then using my water skin, I'll transfer the water from the fountain to the body, in the mouth, in the wounds, like we discussed. I am going to take note to refill my water skin as well,
Okay.
so that I have a full water skin once everything's said and done.
And are you trying to not get yourself? Get out of here.
Yeah, I'm going to do it in such a fashion that I don't dip myself in the fountain. Like, hold the water skin from the edge, hold it in, lift it out, pour it.
Would you feel more comfortable if I do all that?
No, I got it. I'm just going to take precautions.
Okay.
I'm good. Like, I have no need to go into the fountain, and I see what it did to you guys. I don't need that. So
I know it's not really that noticeable because I'm an elf, but I have 200 years on me. So, if I lose 10 or 20, it's okay.
I feel confident that I can do this in such a fashion. I'm not going to lose any of my 32 years.
Okay.
So.
All right. So I'd say athletics.
Yeah, right? I knew that was coming.
Which I'm proficient at.
Well, that's nice.
Proficient means, will it automatically roll 2 dice, or do I roll 2 dice? How does that work?
No, proficient just means you get your ability modifier and your proficiency bonus.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's real dead and real awkward to move around, and she's like, because you threw her into a portal or whatever, she's been sitting in there just soaking wet from the river, and like totally decaying and dying, and rigor mortis set in, and like bloated, and like chunks of her have been bitten off of her, etc., etc. So like here you are trying to like maneuver this dead lady carefully, just close enough to the water's edge, and then pour something down her throat while not getting in the water yourself, and you just are having a hell of a time. You probably need somebody to help hold her up.
That's what I'm here for.
Yep. Hell.
Okay.
Athletics, was it?
Yeah, I can just do one of you with it, and we'll do you advantage. So probably Balar, if he's better than you are.
I got a plus
Okay.
4.
Yeah, athletics. Yeah, I got +2, so
With
give me the
advantage.
advantage.
You managed to like get some to go down her gullet and to dump onto her bodice, etc. And nothing happens to her. She's still real dead. It doesn't appear to do anything. This time you managed not to get any on you as well, but last time.
There it is.
Enough splashed on you that where you lost 8 years.
Oh, I'm still in my prime. We're good. 8 years. That puts me at 24th.
Okay, well,
Making me better.
I'm wagering with you explaining all the extra bloating and all that stuff that we noticed that.
Yeah, I mean she's been bloated. She's got rigor mortis. She's like blue around the edges. She's puffy. She's got a couple of chunks of like flesh missing where something chewed on her.
Hey, Lobolo.
Yeah.
Are you still carrying around those tarps?
Heck yeah.
I suggest we wrap her up before we put her back in the bag because she's going to end up decaying before we get there at this rate.
She didn't look more done. She didn't look more done, but like because it's like a interdimensional hold spot or like bag of holding or bag of empty pockets, nothing changed. She went in as she went in and came out as she went in. Like she
the way you
dry.
described it, to me, the way you described it, it sounded like she was worse when she went in. Yeah.
Oh no, not necessarily worse. She just nothing's changed. Like she's not dried up at all from before, is what I was saying.
Oh,
I mean,
like
doing a mummy wrap might be a good idea for presentation purposes.
Yeah. Wrap her in the tarp and push her back in your bag of empty pockets.
Yeah, wrap her in the tarp and put some rope around her. I would say maybe leave her next to the fountain for a little while, just in case there's a delayed effect, because we don't know what goes on inside the bag, and if something happens, we don't want her to wake up in a timeless void.
Die again, has to be brought back again. Nothing happened though, and you guys are still down here. Luckily, the rotating gargoyles with the different traps that they set at you have light in all of their mouths, so it's not completely pitch black down here. But there doesn't appear to be anywhere or way to go besides the way you came in.
Bitch Slap, you said there were like books and stuff, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I would like to make my way over to those and see what's there. See what it has to say.
Okay.
See if there's any like journals in particular journals to kind of give a feel for where we are, what was going on here, how to get out. But beyond that, if there's anything on the bookshelf that may be of interest, like lore books, spell scrolls, anything like that.
So I set up a movement pattern for myself so you get an idea of where I want to go there, Dane.
I'm doing the same.
I'm going to check out the desk if he's checking out the bookshelf.
Okay. Desk is pretty much empty at this point. I think she cleared that out.
I thought she just looked at it and left.
Well, you don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Personally, no, you're right.
I don't remember, Katie. I don't think you did anything.
I got some stuff.
You did grab some stuff out of it, but then the only thing you left
From
in
the
the
chest.
chest was the boots.
I got boots and some velvet robes.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, you left the boots, but you got some like a cloak and some robes.
Oh, yeah. Left the dusty boots.
Yeah, because you have nice boots already.
Oh, and I got a crystal ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, if we got personal belongings and things laying around, I'm going to keep an eye out for a bag as well.
Keep an eye out for what?
An empty bag, since I don't have one.
That's true. You need a bag. You start carrying stuff in your arms all the time.
No, I don't have anything that I was carrying because it was all in my bag. So in case I do need to pick up anything to carry, like books or something, yeah.
Speaking of which, Aram, if you need food or something, like, say something.
Yeah.
A pound of jerky, I'd be more than happy to share some.
And I have cheese. So
I appreciate it. I mean, we ate before we took off last time, so, or before we went to sleep. So, I mean,
All right, so Jacob, there's about 20 books on there, and you can make some of the titles out. Some of them aren't necessarily labeled.
I have Eyes of the Roomkeeper, so I can read all writing.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying some of the books don't have words to be read on their bindings.
Okay, I just making sure.
Most of them are dark or gray. Some are brown, but they're all dusty. They're all old. And there's a theme. There's lots of necromancer stuff. There's necromancy for beginners, the necromancer's handbook, undeath and the undead, graveyard lore, the art of corpse reanimation, secrets of the necropolis, the necromancer's grimoire, the undead compendium, the anatomy of death, a corpse collector's handbook.
I kind of want to take all of them and learn how to do necromancy stuff, if I'm being honest.
The Book of Sacrifices, and the Vagaboth's memoir.
I mean, we just need to figure out how to get rid of these bones, man. So pick whichever one you think might.
I feel like one of those last two are going to have something to either do with the altar or the light.
I mean, I can post all of these to you guys if you'd like.
But I forgot the name because I'm horrible with names. But there was the one about sacrificing, which probably we could find a reference to this altar in.
There you go. There's 20 books that are on the shelf. Some of them are locked.
I like locks.
I like locks.
That means they're important.
That's a lot of books.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bookshelf, and he's been down here a while, so they
lost my interest.
Okay, I thought it was just going to be one picture book. There was more. There was words. So who went over there? It was just Aram's the only one over there now? I thought you went over there too.
I did. Chicken. I set up a travel path. I'll do it again.
I punched it. Here we go.
There we go. Boop, boop. I don't know. I just glitched out.
Yeah, I accepted your move. Zenevieve's going to chill over there by the fountain. She's fine with the fountain.
I'm going to jump on the bed.
No more monkeys jumping on the bed. I love it. Bitch Slap is such a child. She's 100% 11 now, too. You can roll a wisdom check to see if you notice, or just perception to see if you even notice that you're younger. No one's even said anything to you. They've just been...
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, when we were standing at the Dragon Corpse. And I recommended everybody stay away from the fountain.
Gotcha.
Was I listening to you, though?
Probably. Enough to know that he was like, okay. Hey, you look a lot younger, or like, looks like people are losing their years. Which honestly isn't a bad thing. You just get to start all over. Maybe you can have a real family instead of wolves this time.
Ew.
Cool. So yeah, there is an extensive list of books for you guys to check out.
So, I would like to take the Necromancy for Beginners and put it in my bag for later reading. But I think the Undead Compendium would be a good place to start in terms of figuring out how to destroy the Lich.
Okay.
I was thinking more of the Book of Shadows.
Okay, so I'll start with the Compendium, you start with the Shadows, and I'm going to pocket the Book for Beginners for some light evening reading.
Well, I mean, you can take all the books if you'd like. I mean, you have room in your book.
Okay, I'm going to take all of them before we're said and done. But for right now, I'm definitely going to read the Compendium to see if I can find any information about the Lich. And then, Aram, if you want to start with the Grimoire.
Yeah, while I'm at the desk, is there anything I'm finding on the desk worth anything? Notation.
I don't think so. What was on the desk, Katie? Do you remember?
No, I don't.
I don't think there's really anything else to speak of. That's just kind of where he sat and did work. I don't think there was anything
Yeah,
else there.
there might have been some papers on it.
Just like, yeah, loose papers and a quill.
Yeah.
That sounds about right, but she didn't stop to see if anything was worth anything because she didn't care. I, on the other hand, kind of care what's on the papers.
True.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bottle of ink, a pretty good sized bottle of ink, and a couple of quills. There's some loose papers.
Was he writing anything? Was he taking notes on anything? Was he?
No, there's nothing.
Was there a map?
They're blank papers currently.
Okay. Okay. Well, then it's, yeah. No notebooks, no... Is there any drawers to the desk?
There's one drawer.
Can it be opened? Is it locked?
It is locked.
Okay. Can I try and force it open in some way, shape, or form?
Yeah. You have a crowbar?
Does the rogue pick locks at all?
The rogue does pick locks. She's currently playing with her knife, sitting on the floor, crisscross applesauce.
Okay. I'll call out to Zenevieve. Hey, Zenevieve, do you think you can try and open this thing so we don't have to break it?
Yeah. Choom. She zooms over. Labola, you're over there by yourself. She'll come over and check it out. Let's see. You guys are trapped down here together. Of course, she chose tonight not to be here. It's like real life happened. I'm just kidding. So let's see what she's got for it. Zenevieve. You're gonna make her work, huh?
She's here, and she's gonna be able to open this easier than me busting it open.
She did not succeed. She kind of gets to dig into it, and she says, "This is a really old lock. I'm not sure what's going on with it." And she looks back at you, and as she's saying that, a needle shoots out and pricks her right in the finger. Her eyes roll back in her head, and she falls over and starts snoring.
Great, lovely.
Oh, Genevieve's asleep.
Does she look well rested?
She looks like she's resting.
You know what? Bitch slap.
What?
You want to smash this thing open?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
I know you like to smash things, and you know what? I ain't risking putting somebody else to sleep.
Okay. So, I mean, you could just attack it, KD, if that's what Bitch Slap was going to do. Or how you tell me what your plan is.
I was going to, yes. Although, actually, I only have swords right now. Let's see what's in my bag.
I mean, I can try and firebolt it open, but
I'll just do this. Punch it. Open.
I'm afraid if you don't like smash it in one or two hits, that it might shoot you and put you to sleep like it just did Genevieve. I'm kind of worried about that. Matter of fact, while she's coming over to look at the table, I'd like to move Genevieve to the bed, so she's at least laying on the bed till we can figure out what's going on.
I guess a greatsword might be okay.
Yeah.
It's better than listening to some old elf. So I guess that probably hit the desk.
I'm not in there. Go ahead. Oh, yeah, definitely a critical hit! So
There we go.
you're like, Bitch Slap, what do you think? Can you get this open? Can you mind breaking this open? She says, sure. And she wanders over, unhooks this giant silver great sword, and just cleaves the fucking desk in half. And it breaks and splinters go everywhere, and everything that was in it is now in a pile of like splintered and shattered wood.
Oh, that's great.
That desk has never known this much destruction, and it was like a 300-year-old desk. It was not in great shape really, but it was in pretty good shape for being really old. It was an antique, but she just shattered it. Like it's like taking like a book of matches or like a box of matches and opening it and just throwing them up in the air. That's what chucking them up as she hacks into it, just one giant sweep. A bunch of papers shoot all over. The ink explodes on the floor and splatters ink on the blank pages. And inside is a a small bag with 6 gold in it, and another small bag with white sand in it, and a hairpin.
Okay, well, now we know.
Are we able to recover any additional darts from the trap?
Oh, it was just a needle. It was a needle on a spring.
Oh, okay.
And you, Balar, are over there, like, kind of thumbing through the books, trying to figure out some stuff. After, probably about a half hour or so, you come across a ritual to destroy the phylactery of a lich.
Ooh.
Which I'll also post in the Fantasy Grounds chat.
For reference to everybody, in case you want to see, because I'm going to take all those books with me. I did make a note of the book list, and then I'll put them in my inventory, but just so you can reference which ones I have, in case you have curiosity of them later.
I posted the ritual in the chat as well. There are a couple of hiccups in it that you might be concerned about if you're stuck down here very long.
I'm going to be like, hey guys, I think I figured it out. I found a ritual of phylactery destruction, which applies to destroying a lich. It says we need a holy symbol dedicated to deity of death or destruction, vial of holy water, diamond worth at least 1,000 gold, a piece of the lich's body, and then we need to be in a consecrated area with an altar.
Okay,
where I gave instructions. I apologize. And we got to break that diamond.
Okay, so we got a piece of the lich's body.
We're on a time frame. This needs to happen within 24 hours of when we got the body, which...
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got the body. We got an altar, because that's right outside in the main corridor. We can see... I mean, there's markings on the altar. There's a chance one of those might be a holy symbol to one of the deities of death, I would wager.
That's bitch slap. Can I see the sword you picked up from the altar?
No, it's mine. Will you give it back?
I just want to look at it. I'll give it right back.
Okay.
And I'd like to inspect it to see if there's any markings that may indicate it is an artifact or symbol of a deity of death or destruction.
The sword itself looks like a oversized dagger. It's a little awkward. It is curved. It has crusted blood on it from all the deaths, sacrifices it's done over time that have not been wiped away. It is masterwork. It is really well made, if awkward, because it's a giant curved dagger. But there's nothing on it for you to read.
And there wasn't anything else on the altar that may represent a symbol or artifact, right? From when I inspected it earlier.
Right. Nothing stands out.
What about Zenobee's dagger?
I mean, deity of death or destruction. Anybody know anything particular about deities? I'm not very religious, so can anybody know anything about religion? Can they look at the dagger and see if that might be an artifact or symbol of a deity?
I have nothing for religion.
You're talking about the dagger?
Yeah. I mean, the symbol or artifact aside, we need a diamond worth 1,000 gold pieces. We haven't found one in here yet. So we're still SOL, even if we can find a symbol or artifact.
I mean, check the chest. I mean, there was boots in there. I mean, something could be stashed in the boots. I don't know if that. And I'm not aware of what Bitch Slap took out of there. So I don't know that she'd have it out of character. I don't know if it's possible that the crystal ball she had could cover a diamond's worth of 1,000 gold pieces. Depends on what type of. But that's out of character. That's not in character.
Yeah. That's very true.
Check the room, check the bed, go check the rest of the main corridor.
Yeah, I want to start looking like in inconspicuous places, like under the bed, check the bookshelf, and for hidden compartments, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, since you done pulled all the books off, I mean...
Yeah, at this point it should be easy.
Right?
Definitely start like checking under the bed, under the mattress.
I mean, I had a whole bunch of gems in my bag, but that's going to require us getting out, finding the bag, and getting back here within 24 hours. Probably faster than that.
That's the hairpiece.
That's a hairpin.
The
That is not what I imagined when you said it.
Right?
Yeah,
I feel a little clip.
No, it's a little more than it's like a headpiece, a headdress or headpiece, and it has a attachable. The necklace is not there, but the head part is.
Okay.
You took that, right, Abraham? Like you got that?
Yeah, I picked this stuff up. Like I was trying to get to that a bit ago, but I got sidetracked. My intentions were to pick up you said that there was a bag with 6 gold pieces in it.
Yep.
I did keep my pouch on my belt, so I can put that 6 gold in with my money.
Are you looking at the gold? Because it doesn't look like your gold.
No. But I have a means to carry it, so...
Sure, yeah, no, you can totally take it, you can totally carry it. The 6 gold coins don't look like the standard gold coins of the nation, of any nation you know of currently.
Okay. And then you said that there's a bag of dust?
Yep, white powder, like white sand.
Yeah, I'll just tie that pouch right next to my other pouch. And then the hairpin, I meant to pick it up, but I don't have a bag to carry it, so I'm literally just holding on to it.
Okay. Anybody else going to take it from you, or you're just going to hold on to it?
I mean, does it look like it has jewels on it?
You can see it, right? I sent it to you.
Yeah, I looked at the picture, but like I said, you said that there was no necklace on it, so I don't know.
Yeah, so the hair, it has, those are black opals all around the top. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them, and then 1 in the center, so 8 total opals on it.
Okay, so, yeah, we could try one of these off the hairpin for the ritual.
I mean, what I'm reading here, it does specifically say diamond. Though.
Okay, well, I mean, if this hairpin looks anything like the one in the picture, it looks like we got a few different ones on there, so yeah, we could pop one out and
I mean,
try to use it.
They're definitely opals. They're not diamonds.
Yeah. Okay.
That won't work then.
As you guys are sifting through the wood of the desk, you come across small inscriptions that says "I'm always HU," and then the desk is broken, so that's all you can find currently. But it looks like it continued to say something.
And the rest of that isn't on the other part of the desk.
Well, it's all shattered. You'd have to investigate and like put it back together a little bit.
I'll take an investigation on that.
I'll give him a hand with that.
All right, I'll give him an advantage then. And just so you guys know, it's been about 10 hours since you guys killed the first lich.
Okay.
17 17.
17. That was with advantage.
Yeah.
You find another piece that says, "The finger I touch will soon turn red."
That's real specific.
Well, that's not all of it. You didn't find the next piece. You just found a piece that said something else.
So while they're doing that, while they're piecing the desk together, can I read the Necromancer's Bestiary?
Yeah, you could take a look at it.
All right. So if what Ballar's holding it, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll
Alright.
hand it to you.
All right.
What's it start? It's the Necromancer's Bestiary is what it's called, right?
Say again.
It's called the Necromancer's Beast. There it is.
Right. Uh-huh. Do I have to wait a time limit of reading, or?
Yeah, and I don't. I mean, I'll have it for you in a little bit.
Okay, no worries. Not a rush.
Were you going to have me do any type of check when I was looking for compartments on the shelves or the book or the bed or anything?
Yeah, it'll be investigated. Go ahead and investigate the desk again, since that's what you're currently doing.
Okay, is that still going to be with advantage since
Yeah.
Abraham's help?
And he's over there helping. You guys are looking at it together. It's like you're doing a puzzle. It's puzzle time.
Right.
No, wait, no. 8.
It's better than the 1.
Yeah.
You got an 8.
Yeah.
You find the word "fed."
Fed? Like I fed you something?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Mike, you want to try your advantage on it, and maybe you take a quick look?
Sure.
You guys have time, so like that's the beauty of it. Is like it's not like you don't have time, but you kind of do. Like there's nothing pressing right now, minus the fact that the lich is maybe gonna come back.
Investigation, you say?
Mm-hmm. What'd you get?
19?
19. All right, you're able to piece together the rest of it. The full riddle says, "I am always hungry. I must always be fed. The finger I touch will soon turn red. What am I?"
Probably that needle.
You guys, here, I'll post it in the thing so you can read it. I assume you guys will be like, wait, what? So this is inscribed on what looks to be the bottom of the desk. So the Necromancer himself maybe never even saw this.
Oh.
Do we check each other's fingers to see if anybody has a red finger?
Where is it? Did you? Oh, there it is.
A fire.
A fire.
Wow. There you go.
Yeah.
That works.
So Kelly, as you're looking through the book, there's a section on zombies, a section on skeletons, a section on ghouls. There's one on whites and shadows, mummies. I mean, a pretty healthy codex of different creatures. Even vampires are in there, as well as liches, ghosts, specters, which are a little bit different, banshees, death knights, powerful undead warriors. Demi-liches, they're even farther transformed than normal liches. A necrophage is a creature that feeds on the dead. Revenants are undead creatures. They return to the dead to exact revenge. That's just like the main 15 that are in there. There's a couple of other ones in there that talk about like zombie plants, and like each section breaks down the different subsections of those creatures that are available. Like, you know, just a regular skeleton versus like a minotaur skeleton or stuff like that. But it's a pretty big book. It's about 150, 180 pages, somewhere in there. I don't know if you look at something about 172 pages.
I was specifically looking over liches to not so much control them, but to see what items are used to control them.
Okay. And do a
Gonna go AFK, be right back.
maybe history. Do you have history?
I got a +1 to history. But I don't have a star on it, so I don't think I'm proficient
So
in
yeah,
history.
you just, I mean, you're reading and trying to delve through that data. So like, I would say go ahead and just roll it and hope for not too low, too high. I'll be able to tell you more eventually on it.
15.
Mike said he had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on the I'm always hungry, I must always be fed, the finger I touch will soon turn red, what am I?
A fire?
You get inspiration.
Oh, well, Bitch Slap also guessed the same time I did. So.
Oh no, I was just echoing. I was echoing you enthusiastically.
Oh.
When did she say that earlier? Or did you guys say that earlier?
Uh-huh.
He said it right before you brought up what he was covering in the book.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fire is the right answer.
Woo!
There is a fire in each one of the gargoyles' mouths.
Hmm.
Do we touch it? Or do we extinguish
Blow it. Extinguish it, I would say.
That's for you guys to discuss. I mean, Xenophi is asleep. Conveniently. Good job.
Looking at the gargoyle without putting myself in danger of getting hit, is there any kind of like hinge on the jaw or anything that would close the mouth and extinguish the flame, or it's just solid stone open with fire going?
It's a solid open stone with what looks to be an ever-burning like fire in it. And it's like I said, like before, it goes like, it pivots on like rotates like that, and scans like basically 15 foot to the right, 15 foot to the left, and 15 foot out from its space each.
I mean, I could put an ice knife in there, but I would only get 5 shots.
You'd also realize that it's ever burn. It's not going to be put out.
Yeah.
In that way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
he said fire was right, and we noticed that there's an ever-burning fire in the mouth of each gargoyle. And we're discussing whether we should touch the fire or try to extinguish the fire, and how.
let's
I vote for touch the fire.
Hey.
I mean, there's enough gargoyles here. We could test a theory on one of them, and if it don't pan out, we can always move to another theory.
There's also, because he said it's ever fire, there's also that fountain of time reversing water.
Mm-hmm.
Might have some effect on an ever burning fire.
Yeah.
A valid.
Well, you got a water skin full of that stuff, and there's a gargoyle right there in the corner.
Hey, well, Mr. 200 years, here you go.
Who needs another year? Am I right?
Right?
Kelly, I'm about to text you on Facebook.
Okay, so yeah, I'll take the water skin from Balar and keep an eye on the gargoyle and see if I can't try and sneak up on it. Like, let's go with.
I do feel like pointing out that water skins have a small mouth and a large bag. You should be able to give it a squeeze and get some semblance of a projection. Like a projectile stream, so you don't have to get right on top of it. But you're not going to have a whole lot of distance with it.
So, okay, so I don't.
We're talking real physics out of character.
Let's do this. So I'm gonna put an arrow. This one right here. I'm gonna eyeball this one where I put my arrow, and I want to try and see if it's looking at me, looking away from me, if it's moving.
Are you walking over to it?
I'm watching it at the moment,
So
looking at it.
It rotates and it goes from left to right. So it's gonna come full over where it's like.
So it keeps rotating. It's not like
Yeah,
fixated
it
on me.
It goes like that, and then it continues, and then it continues,
Okay.
and then it comes back, and it comes back, comes back.
Okay, so when it's looking at the top, yeah, about where you got it now. I want to try and move myself, like right there. Yeah.
Okay.
That way, when it starts to shift back around towards me, I want to squirt some of the water from the water skin into its mouth.
Okay. Dex. So I don't know. A Dex check.
Dex check. Okay.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean it's like a ranged attack, sort of. Oh, it was almost a 19. I mean, you scored it, but the thing's moving, and like you think you hit some of the flame with it, but it doesn't do anything. Like it just sputters for a second and continues to rotate, and then roll a dex save because even though you're underneath it, the only safe place was on top of it, as we found out from Bitch Slap.
10.
All right. A spear pops out of the ground and goes straight through your thigh, dealing 16 points of damage.
How much?
16 points of damage.
Jesus. Okay.
Are you gonna stay there?
No, I'm gonna move myself back over here.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Good
All
luck.
right. So squirting the water in there. I mean, I didn't get a lot of it in there, but getting some of the water in there didn't seem to help. Just relaying this information to the rest of the crew, and I don't know.
So, like,
I mean, if Bitch Slap really wants to go up there and touch it, I suppose. If anybody else has got any other ideas.
I mean, we tried the water. Wasn't the greatest attempt. Didn't work. If Bitch Slap wants to try and touch it, I can be ready with a healing spell just in case.
All
I
right.
wanna-
So
I
we're
wanna do
clear.
that.
You guys got this riddle. I'm always hungry. I must always be fed. The finger I touch will soon turn red. What am I? You decided that that's fire. Now you're deciding how to use that riddle, if at all, to potentially get out of this ancient lich's, grave site, or final resting place, his burial site.
Aram, did you ever try casting a fire spell at one of the gargoyles? Or anything for that matter?
I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Force magic upstairs, and I think you did do firebolt upstairs as well.
I did firebolt in the main hallway from where the stairs are, and it caused them to actually start moving faster.
It motivated them.
Yes, it did.
What about making them move so fast that they break? Because they're clearly some type of mechanical entity.
Well, I hit him 2 or 3 times, and that didn't seem to make a difference.
Okay, I just spitballing.
Yep. And then, of course, Lobolo over here decided to turn into some big furry animal with tusk and try to pound the crap out of it. That didn't help anything either.
As one big furry changing person, animal thing to another, I was very happy to see that.
All right. What about the candles on the altar? Maybe we can give those a light and see what happens.
Yeah,
Who knows? Maybe
I
it's
feel like that's less of a risk than having Bitch Slap go up and touching a known trap.
well, maybe the brave succeed. So I'm gonna go over light the candles, see if that makes a difference, and maybe Bitch Slap's bravery to touch the thing will disable the traps. And
If I've concluded my investigation of everything in the little bedroom area, I would like to move out, like, to here-ish.
Okay. So are you gonna try and light candles, and you're moving over to there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What are you lighting the candles with? Just like flint and steel, like just normal way you would light
Yeah.
stuff.
Yes.
Okay. Are you doing a blood sacrifice too, or are you just lighting the candles?
Fuck yeah, let's do a blood sacrifice.
The thigh or the
Let's
hand?
see. Oh,
Or that?
Well, I can't reach my thigh no matter how hard I try.
Stupid when
So-
you go to the hole later.
Yeah, I'll just take my dagger and do a swift cut along my forearm. Not too deep. I know what I'm doing. Just enough to draw blood. Another dragon. Yes.
So, so you draw a little bit of blood off your finger and light the candles.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you say anything?
Not really.
You just cut your finger, hope for the best,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
light the candles.
Correct. I don't really know much about arcane. I don't really think I'd know to say anything.
I like it. No, nothing happens. The candles won't even light for you. The blood itself drips on the altar. Nothing changes.
Huh. I bet we need a knife to do that.
Let's. I want to look in the Book of Sacrifices and see if there's anything about lighting the candles on the sacrificial altar.
Okay.
Like any type of ritual that may assist our situation here. I think is a better term.
And then I'm going to run over and ask Bitch Slap if I can borrow her sword.
Why? Why everybody want my sword?
I'm trying to do a sacrificial rites thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess so.
And
Yeah, I guess so. Timers. Hang on, sorry, I'm doing 15 things at once again, as I'm
wow.
like to do.
Cool. Just reading my book. Not a problem.
Okay, so you did give her. You're reading a book. You did give her the. You did give him the whatchamacallit? The
Yeah.
curved dagger sword.
Yeah.
Sadly, you're like no, but yes. Okay. So what are you gonna do with the curved dagger sword? And you're reading your book, trying to figure out a thing to do to. I'm sorry. What do you say you're gonna do with your book reading? What are you looking for now?
I'm going to see if there's any type of like sacrificial ceremony or any type of ceremony listed in the sacrifice guidebook that would allow us to utilize this altar to our benefit.
Okay.
I mean, we can sit here for days and read through these books, but that's not going to get this lich gone in the next 10 hours. We really got to get ourselves like out of here, or get a diamond.
I mean, I feel like we've done a pretty good check. There's no diamond here. We need to get it elsewhere.
Okay, well then we need to be working on getting out of here, because
There may be something in this book.
I got
that provides us a way out.
I got bags of gems in my bag.
All right, so you
What?
start checking walls for hidden switches and levers and hallways, and I'll check to see if there's like a portal thing in this altar book.
Crazy idea. Dane.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god. Lolo.
I am going to move out into the middle of the floor here.
Okay.
Oh, wait. No, wait. Scrap that. Never mind. And then I want to move over here to the hallway. Didn't want to go up that part on second thought. And then I'm going to yell out, Pixie, are you still here?
Okay, and while he's yelling, I'm going to cut off the tip of my pinky on my left hand with a sword.
Or the tip.
Just the tip.
Oh my god.
And, with the sword that I got from Bitch Slap. Like a song comes to mind that I heard in a dream, possibly from a far, far away land. I'm all, come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire.
So you put a little barge bank into it, and you take the pinky off your finger and light the candles again?
The tip of the pinky, yes.
Dude's just over there stacking PM inspiration tonight.
Okay, so again, the candles won't light. But your pinky hurts, and you're missing the tip of it.
Well, I know not what to do with these candles, so let's see. I would do more search around the what's that deal? Fucking altar. I would search around the altar to see if I can have any understanding of it, like how it works, what has happened here before, if there's any functionality in it.
Yeah, so the altar itself is caked with old blood. Not much new blood on it besides your couple of splashes. There's some blood on the steps. You can see the kind of the moss that's grown up around where he plucked those mushrooms from. You can see that he's uprooted some blood mushrooms from there. And then Mike, you're calling out to the pixie? Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. While you're moving back and forth, up and down, left and right, A, B, A, B, up, down, select, start. Eventually, about 15, 20 minutes, the pixie does show up, kind of appears, quickly appears kind of next to you, flying, and gives you like the standard head tilts that. What is this new stuff doing? The head tilts that she's known to do, the one that's like a Labrador,
I'm going to look at her and say, hey, I appreciate you bringing me to my friends. We were tasked with removing this lich from existence, and we need a diamond to complete this ritual. I had a bag full of gems, pouch full of bags in my pouch full of gems in my bag that disappeared. I need that bag. I need to get out of here. We need to get out of here, or if you are aware of diamonds.
She flits up about 10, 15 feet above you. And she yawns like that and stretches real big, and then she shakes her head and she points down at the Dracolich's dying remains, or turning to ash remains. She points down to those, and then she points to the wall on the right, looking down from you.
Okay, so I go over to the ashes and start digging through the ashes, see if I find something.
Most of it falls apart, but the skull itself maintains intactness. Pretty well.
Spell?
The skull.
Oh, okay.
As far as the bones go. And then she had pointed to this. Oh my god. I like the new thing, I think, but I also don't like it because it flashes me around all over the place. She points at this little guy right here.
Okay. Then I'll pick up the skull. I'll wait for the gargoyle to be all the way to the left or right, one of the directions.
When you pick up the skull, she claps her little tiny, thimble-sized hands together. You can't. It's very quiet. She's so small. I mean, she's as big as my hand. She's maybe 6 inches tall.
All right. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with this, but I'll go take a look at the wall. Thank you for your help again. And like I said, I'll keep an eye on the gargoyle, and if he moves, let's just put a pointer here. when it shifts to be over where I just put that arrow,
Okay.
I'll go up and see if I can't figure out, like, look for a hole to put the skull into, or
Okay.
see if they.
So you approach over here and give me another. What was it, Dex? We did. We did Dex, right? So
Yeah.
acrobatics, if you got it. I'd accept acrobatics or athletics, really.
Okay, well, I mean, they're on the same bar for me, so
Ooh.
6.
Okay. Well, you're gonna take damage.
Yeah. Well, that's why I tried to do it while I was looking in the other direction.
It's a sensor thing. It's not necessary. It's just 10 damage. It's not just when it's looking somewhere you're coming to realize, because this is the second time you've got a trap set off just by being adjacent.
Okay, how much?
10.
Okay.
Now, that being said, you take the 10 damage and give me an investigation check while you're already there.
Yeah.
21.
There is a small alcove in the stone beneath the gargoyle, and it looks like there is a little sconce. What's it called? Sconce.
Scotch.
Sconce. There's a little sconce there, and it looks like something could sit in it.
Well, I'm going to see if the skull fit in there.
Not the skull. The skull is too big.
Okay. In that case, I will back up. So I'm out of, probably like here, more like it. Once I back up, I turn and look to see if the pixie is still there, and go, I found a hole here, and I got your skull, but the skull isn't going to fit in here.
She does a hot in the air somersault, giggles, points back at the thing, points back towards where Balar just came from, and giggles, and then disappears.
Okay. I will then head over to talk with the rest of the group. Wait. Oh, Ballar's over there. Cancel that move.
Oh, Filthy redeemed a critical hit, but we don't need one yet, so I guess we'll have to keep that in our back pocket.
Have I found anything in the book I'm reading yet?
It's a pretty thick tome. Nothing in regards to what you're asking necessarily.
And while Bitch Slap is standing uncomfortably close to me, I give her back to her sword and say it's very sharp.
Thank you.
She's like, I got my curved blade back, thank God.
I am, while I'm reading the book, I'm keeping an eye on Zenobie passed out on the bed, just to be on the safe side.
Okay, yeah, she's snoring quite contentedly. I like that you guys are just buzzing around. Zoom, zoom, like.
I'm 11 and bored.
You are 11 and bored. That's the worst.
Ugh.
Ugh.
So once I get within earshot of Valar and Bitchlap and Lobolo, I'll explain to them that I got through the hallway earlier with the help of a pixie. I called back out to the pixie to ask for help on getting out of here or getting my bag or something so we can get rid of this lich. She didn't exactly talk to me, but she motioned to this dragon skull, which I hold up in the air since I had no bag to put it in anyways. And she pointed to a small sconce that I found next to a gargoyle by the hallway entryway. But the skull does not fit there. So
The scotch isn't that something that holds fire? Wasn't it
That's
like
what
a
I thought.
bowl? Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
and it's clear that this like little alcove was not easy to find. Like if she hadn't pointed, the shadow from the gargoyle itself would have basically put it into complete darkness.
So there was an alcove with a sconce in it. Am I understanding correctly?
There's nothing in it besides what would be the place to put maybe a torch or a lit flame of some sort somehow. But it's basically just a little space that something can slide into. I believe that's called the sconce. Or sconce.
No,
I
a
mean-
sconce is like a wall-mounted torch thing.
Right, so minus the torch, it's just the mount part, like the...
Oh, well then, okay.
Fireball.
I was thinking like hole in the wall.
It's
what
an
I was trying to refer
alcove.
to.
There's a small hole, and inside that hole is like what appears to be like a little metal...
Like a little cup, a little bowl.
Yes, thank you. Something along those lines.
Oh, okay.
Like a tray to hold something that will burn.
Possibly.
Okay.
Okay,
So-
I'm with you. You said
Alright.
sconce, and I was thinking like something shaped like a torch.
Right.
Right.
Like a
No,
fuel
think
source.
just the part that it connects to, like just the
Okay, yeah, got you.
like the burnable material is not in there. It's just the empty.
Like the tray they light at the Olympics every year that burns. Like
Something
the
like that.
bowl. I mean, that's a lot bigger, obviously.
Okay.
And it's inset.
It's
so,
not very big. It's only like this big, and it sits perfectly in the shadow beneath this gargoyle. It's like 6 inches across, 4 inches tall, and there's just this little, essentially like 4 pieces of metal that kind of come up and look like they would be a cup if they were closed.
Oh, and side note, gargoyles do not have to be looking at you to hurt you.
Okay. Did you try putting a fire in there? Because we found that
Well,
riddle. We're pretty
I mean,
sure it's fire.
Out of character, that information wasn't very clear to me. Hence the reason why I came back here to discuss all that with you.
Okay.
Knowing that now,
That was an in-character question. So.
in character, no, not yet. I thought I better discuss this over with you guys before I go trying to put fire to things again.
All right.
Fuck it. Fire. Any opposed?
Nope.
With ARM's information, I'm gonna go down to this one here and take the chance on the shot and see if this one also has a sconce in it, or if
Okay.
it's just the one he was talking about.
Acrobatics.
Okay. Hold on. Let's see. That's in main or skills?
Skills.
Skills. Into A's. Uh-oh.
What'd you
Did I
get?
lose y'all? Oh, 11.
There you go, 11. Okay, so you failed, which means you take
Mhm.
13 damage from a couple arrows that fly out of the wall and just slam into your body. There is no alcove beneath that one.
Sweet. All right, so I quickly move this way and let them know, as far as I can see, that it's only the one Mike was talking about. I'm not going to go check the rest of them. I'm lazy.
You sure?
Yes.
You don't want to just go take damage randomly all night?
There's a lot of gargoyles.
You know,
so.
just pop over to the pool and hop back in, right?
No.
No? Okay.
30s
after-
great, teenage not. I mean,
So after Lobolo comes back and tells us that, I want to put my hand on Aram's shoulder, and if you don't mind trying to get some fire in there, that'd be great. And as I place my hand, I want to cast a Cure Wounds.
Aww. He's laying his hands all over you.
Well, he slaps me in the butt so I can breathe fire. I can touch him on the shoulder, give him some
A little bit of
HP.
life back into his step, huh? I like that.
Appreciate it, because the next time one of those things hit me, I was going to go play in the fountain. Okay, so I guess I'm moving back over here.
I'm gonna go over there with him, kind of hang back.
Can you give me a arrow of some sorts as to the whereabouts of this particular spot that I'm putting fire to?
Yeah, it's where the point of the 15-foot cone meets with the circle there.
Okay. You mean the 20-foot cone? Even though it doesn't look 20 foot, it says 20 foot on my screen.
It's
Weird.
just because of the way it's made.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
I circled it too.
So, wait a minute. So, there's a spot there to put a fire in, but it doesn't have material in to light up. Is that? Am I understanding that correctly?
That is true.
So I just had a thought. Well, more of a question.
That hoe over there?
Huh?
No, I thought is that hoe over there. But never mind.
No, Aram question. You know, kind of like what you just brought up about there not being anything in there. You think we might have to somehow transfer some Everfire from the mouth into the little alcove?
Inspiration.
And I don't know if magic fire would do the trick, but
Worth a shot.
I don't know. I mean, if you're planning on running in there, it's better to be prepared and only have to run in once and do two things than run in, run out, run in again.
Okay, so let's do that.
All right. So who's doing what and when, where, and how many Twinkies?
What's your plan, Abraham? And what do you have planned? And let's go from there.
Okay, so we have Everfire going
In the gargoyle's mouths, yeah.
in the gargoyle's mouth. Okay. Well, the problem is I do not know. I don't know if we're going to be able to remove said fire from their mouths to put it into the sconce. I mean, can we?
If
I don't know.
we lit
Torch?
a torch with Everfire, would that transfer Everfire, or would it just become regular fire at that point?
I mean, Everfire is a type of magical fire, correct, Dane?
Yeah. Ever burning torch.
Yeah. So, Arcana knowledge, would that help me decipher if we could use a torch to transfer it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the skull of the dragon roundish, like it could hold fire?
8
Uh,
or Arcana check on that?
You rolled an 8.
Yeah,
It's not great.
I know.
It might work. What would you use to light it?
Well, the ever burning fire is in the gargoyle's mouth.
No. What would you? I know. How would you do? What would you light with the?
I've got a torch. Me and him are discussing it. I've got a torch I can get for you.
Yeah, I was wagering one of these guys has a torch in their bag. So, or bitch slap. I mean, one of the three may have a torch available. So,
I mean, there's bed sheets. We can go cut off the bed to use if we needed to.
It's up to you guys.
yeah.
Check
but,
your packs.
I do have a torch. By the way.
Okay.
But I'm not paying attention to any of you.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured.
So you're not sure if we can train? I mean, are you comfortable running in and trying and seeing what happens, or?
Yeah, I mean, at this point,
And then if it doesn't work, hit it with like a burning hand or something. See if that works, and
yeah.
then roll out.
Well, I'm yeah. I mean, let's try this. Firebolt is a cantrip to me.
Right.
So it's no big deal for me to just shoot a firebolt into that little alcove and see what happens.
Dig it.
Worst case scenario, we piss off the gargoyles and they start moving even faster, right?
Yeah.
So let's try that.
You mentioned they went faster when you hit them earlier. Have they slowed down since then?
No, they're still going about double time.
Okay.
So let's just firebolt the alcove and see what happens.
All right, roll your attack because it's a tiny little spot. It's not moving, so it's fine. It's not a hard AC, but I'm still gonna make you shoot at it.
Yeah, sure.
My daughter's singing. I can hear her.
Crit.
Nat. I
You
like it.
blast the living turds off of this little alcove, and your firebolt directly connects with where you're aiming. Everything would have been perfect if it would have worked to your benefit. What it did do is it extended the range of the 15-foot cones to 30 foot. Labolo and Balar, give me dexterity saves. Oh, and you too, Mike.
Yeah, of course.
You're welcome.
Ooh, 5.
22.
18.
All right. Well, I will. First one's a half for the 22, so 6 to you, Labolo. You have to add 6 to your hit points down, so you'd be down at 19 now. And I've got. Oh. Lucky for you, Mike, you're taking half of 26. You take 13 damage. Oops. Oh, never mind. I lied. Don't do it yet. I had D10s instead of 8s. So you take 5 damage. Mike.
Got it.
And last but not least, the 5, you take the full brunt of 15 damage, Balar. And it looks like Madam Slap, you actually need to give it to me as well because you were close enough to the one over there. Whoop. Well, maybe you're not. Never mind, bud.
Oh, hey.
Way to position. Right?
After that blast, I'll move back.
Yeah, me too.
Same.
You guys did good, though. Me hit it. He nailed it, even.
Good shot.
Except for now, in order to get up there, if you're having to go up directly, it's 2 dex saves and 2 amounts of the damage.
So, do we think the skull of the dragon could handle holding Everfire?
Probably not.
Probably not. Oh.
How big is the skull?
I mean, it's 2 sizes of a horse's head. 2 to 3. Somewhere, about 2.5 to 3 times the size of a
The
horse's.
skeleton on the map throws me off because it makes me think like the skull's big enough we could pick it up and carry it as a full body shield.
I mean, he's carrying the skull right now. He's got it. It is just pretty bulky.
I mean,
Well, if we're going to keep this up, I'm going to cast Bardic Inspiration on Aram. And then,
I mean, unless Aram wants me to try running up there with the torch.
I mean, at this point, I am more inclined to send the most athletic one in the group to try this.
Our
looking-
most
The 11-year-old?
conscious right now.
athletic or damage resistance?
I
Just
thought
at
she
a
was both.
I mean,
Oh, okay.
I'm kind of well-rounded on that. Out of character, I've got a +4 proficiency in athletics, and I'm
Okay.
probably taking the least damage out of the group. Or close.
Well, I mean, at this point, I don't think me going in there and having to do 2 dex saves is going to be the best idea. I'm probably going to end up on the ground at this rate.
Well, and just so we're all on the same page, Madam Slap is 11, and she will be taking some penalties to doing things. So she's not necessarily the most athletic right now. She's 11, so she's got some spry to her step, so she's not going to take a ton of penalties. but her strength penalty is going to be the one that's going to piss her off the most.
Well, yeah, but this doesn't require strength. This requires
That's athletics or
finesse. Yeah.
acrobatics, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So can I see pretty well from 30 feet?
Oh, it's pretty well lit in here. Because of the
Specifically, what I want to know is the sconce a bowl, like it can hold liquid.
No. It's like 4 pieces of metal formed up like a cup with the out parts like bent over. So it's like
Okay,
4 of
so
them.
you could, but it's not. It wouldn't hold liquid.
No.
So it's like a claw.
Yeah, it's like a claw, but the outsides curve out like that.
Ah,
There's
okay.
4 pieces of metal, like basically. Get out of here, kitty! You're my pot pie. My pot pie. Just keep
So could we put a bowl of some sorts on top of it?
potentially, yeah.
before we go back in there again, do I recall seeing anything in my investigation that may look like it fits on top of those little slots, like it belongs there?
I'm sorry. Say it again.
Do I recall seeing anything in my investigations of this dungeon, lich cavern, whatever it is, that looks like it might belong inside that little alcove, sitting on top of those little claws?
It doesn't look like anything really belongs in there, unless it was. You could maybe put like wadded up something in there on fire, or you could maybe put like something the size of a softball in there. It would fit okay. But I mean, there's nothing in here that looks like it would necessarily go. Nothing you've seen currently.
Okay, so
I'm gonna go for it with the torch idea, unless anybody's got a different idea.
Well, who's got the crystal ball?
What crystal ball?
Someone
None of us-
found a. Oh.
none of us got to see it when she picked it up.
Oh,
We don't
gotcha.
know she has it.
Yes.
There you go.
I'm drawing on the wall.
Anybody got a better idea, or are we gonna go with the torch idea? You said you pointed at the skull and then the statue, right?
You say what?
Why do I see writing?
I just rewrote that script for Mike. No big deal.
Okay.
Oh, thanks.
Aram, you said the pixie pointed at the skull and then the alcove, right?
Yeah, but the skull doesn't fit in there. The alcove is too small for the skull to go into.
Okay. Well, I kind of feel like I want to carry it in with me, just because she pointed at it and then the cove.
Okay, well, I can tell you carrying the skull to get there isn't going to help you any because it didn't help me any.
Let's roll a 20-sider, Jacob.
There we go.
Never mind.
5.
Never mind. I'm trying to help you guys. Even stuff that
It
you
says
don't
I have
deserve.
inspiration. Can I use that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
You can re-roll.
That's
15.
better.
That is better. In your perusal, your quick flipping through of some of the texts, it dawned on you that the Necromancer and the Dracolich probably did not choose to be down here. More like they were forced down here. To the point where even some of these deterrents might have been to keep them from getting out the hallway. I don't know if that helps or not, but
It might.
the biggest problem I see is that these all are now basically covering the whole escape route. 30,
Yeah.
30 foot each. That's killer.
You know, I never looked at the Necromancer's memoirs.
Okay.
And that, to me, seems like a journal.
Exactly like a journal.
Exactly. So I would like to start skimming that from the back, the last entry, moving forward, looking for keynotes about this place and what we're dealing with, or any type of protective enchantments, charms, whatever, in regards to Lich.
Okay. That
I
sounds
am
good.
going to keep within 30 feet away from any gargoyle, and I want to start checking the walls over here.
As I see him start to look, I want to let him know that I checked out this whole wall to the right from the entryway. I checked that out already, and I didn't see anything.
Well, as you're saying that, I'm going to tell you that you're going to check the book, and I'm going to check the pixie did motion over in this direction at one point in time.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to see if there's anything that I can find with a dragon skull in my hand.
Have you tried wearing the dragon skull?
Ooh, that's a good idea.
No, but if I can fit it on my head, you know what? Why not? Can my head fit into said dragon skull there, Mr. GM?
Not comfortably. I mean, the neck bone and like where the neck went and where your head just doesn't really fit in there super easily. It gets like halfway in and squeezes a little tight and gets a little chalky. Draco Lich dust in your sweet locks.
Bitch Slap's younger. Her head might be smaller.
Got a point. But anyways, that's a game plan. While he's reading, I'm gonna look at this wall because the pixie mentioned, motion towards the wall. So
I'm gonna move just a little bit farther away from those gargoyles, and I'm gonna sit down while I read because my legs are starting to hurt.
we spend days walking.
You know what? Don't judge me, okay? The movement keeps the muscles fresh. Standing still, they start to lock up.
Wait, ARM, why are you way over there? I thought you were going to do something with the
wall. I'm checking the wall because I thought didn't the pixie motion towards the area that Balar was in earlier?
Oh, yeah. She pointed this way, yeah. Hang on.
Right, so I'm coming over this way to check things out.
Down that way.
Oh, shit.
Fuck, Xenobee's still in the bed.
Right. But she's probably not moving a lot.
She's probably in like the 1 5-foot radius that's safe in that entire room.
Gotta keep her alive somehow.
She's being protected by those gargoyles right now. So
Sleeping Beauty. Those are her
right.
four dwarves.
Jeez Louise. Okay, so it sounds like we have a plan. You guys, you're staying out of range and you're like looking down there, and she is just like, I mean, she's on the tip of where they would burn her if she moves. You know.
Okay. Did I, when we were in the sleeping quarters area, is there any chance I might have noticed if the chest had been messed with?
Oh yeah, it's definitely just left open.
Like somebody smashed it open or anything?
Did you have to smash it open, Katie? I think you did, right?
No.
It was locked?
It was just open.
I'm going to take a screenshot of Xenavie surrounded by all the fire.
Oh, hey, Aram, can you ask your fairy to touch the stone outside and see if she could reopen the door?
Yeah, there you go.
It was an elf that had to do that.
Oh yeah, elven blood. I'm the one who did that.
No.
Worth a shot, though.
Yeah.
It was definitely it was a good thought. I mean, your girlfriend knows what I'm talking about when I say thought.
Yeah, I know she does.
She's,
Out of character, Mike, did you relay to me that the pixie pointed to that wall?
No, I did not. It's not that I didn't want to, or that I care, but it's just because it didn't cross my mind until right now.
And I didn't know.
I mean, I did mention it when you said you were reading in the book, and you already searched over here. I did say that the pixie had motioned in this direction, so that's why I'm coming to look.
Okay. So when he said that, did I recall anything when I was investigating the area for compartments and such, Dane?
yeah, there weren't any weird compartments over there. Just the kind of weird bag of white sand, the hairpiece, sans the necklace, the 6 gold coins that were not currency for the current empire, or the current different countries you guys know of. Yeah, and then that was it, I believe. Paper and ink.
I'm just going to keep reading my book then.
And looking at these walls, I assume I'm getting the same thing as Valar.
Yeah, not much to be found.
Just out of curiosity, how did a big ass dragon get in here?
That's a good question.
I could see a lich, but a dragon? It must have been teleported in.
Did I recall anything from my sacrifice book that I skimmed?
All right, I'm bored. I want to jump on this guy. Right on top of him.
I'm bored. I'm gonna jump on this guy. You and your leaping. Where many houses of leaping are you leaping? You're leaping to that one. Okay, that's athletics. Look inside there. Look over to your right.
Okay. I'm just gonna yell out. Did anybody find anything that might look like it might have held fire or something?
I didn't recall anything when I checked on that. Like
anything in the chest? Did anybody get to that chest before the rest of us?
Yeah, it had pretty robes and a shiny ball. Did I make it without any damage?
Well, you can jump pretty far. 13 though does not pass the save.
Okay.
So you take 12 damage.
And from here, I want to jump on the bed with my friend here.
Of course you do. Okay, give me that athletics.
Okay.
So, Jacob, as you've read the book, she's jumping and stuff. But as you've read the book, it talks about basically the memoirs of the necromancer. Talk about how he originally became interested in necromancy and the different dark magic of raising the dead and controlling their spirits. He had known that it was forbidden and not something he should dig into, but he was willing to pay the price and went secretly started studying, delving into forgotten tomes and practicing spells at night, away from the rest of the students. And it took him a while to really get good at even some of the simplest incantations because they weren't something he was accustomed to and no one else was really teaching them back in the day when he was learning it. But he persisted and he started to unlock different secrets of undeath and death and life and whatnot. And eventually he was discovered and they came for him, put a bounty on his head. He became a pariah to his town. Everybody reviled him and he made a desperate escape attempt to get away from people who were going to like basically burn him at the stake. He made a pact with a demon. In exchange for his soul, he was granted eternal life, where he became a lich. At first, he thought it was great because no one could stand before him. But then eventually, he realized he'd become a monster of just total evil and darkness. And he then started searching and like trying to figure out how to draw himself out of the darkness and maybe become man once again. But he also wanted power. So like the striving for power and the desire to be living once again after centuries of solitude. After he was chased and then eventually found and caught and trapped in this tomb. And he's been down here ever since, regretting some choices and essentially just jotting stuff down, but studying, as he had a large amount of books that he was able to bring with him. And he even set up this area down here using some of the other magic he had learned over time between him and his familiar, a young dragon. I don't know. Little background that you picked up from it. Nothing too crazy, but
Hey, Lobolo, check this shit out.
What?
Give him the cliff notes of what you just told me.
Huh. I don't know what to make of it.
He killed somebody's pet.
Right? His young dragon.
He's gonna be pissed.
Right? I take Mage Hand. Hold on, Mike. Or Aram, sorry. 1 second. I take Mage Hand, cast Mage Hand, and see if I can lift some of the Eternal Fire or whatever it is out of there and then place it in the conch.
your mage hand goes right through the flame.
No. Alright.
That's all right. That was worth a try.
Nice try.
Pilar.
Yeah.
Bitch slap, that jump was good.
Bitch slap claims to have found a crystal ball in the chest.
I mean,
Trying to
have you seen
shake
it? Does it look like it'll fit?
No, I haven't seen it. She's got it in her bag.
Well, check if it'll fit.
She's on the bed with Zenevie. If you want to run over there, you're welcome to.
Right?
You can
I'm trying
see
to-
her.
I'm trying to
Have
wake
her
her up.
hold it up.
Safest space in the room. She'll eventually wake up. She's down for over an hour, but she eventually will wake up.
Well, I'm still trying to shake her awake because I want
11.
my playmate back. Yeah.
You don't have to be next to her, Aram. Just have her hold it up. See if it looks like it'll fit.
Can I see the crystal ball?
My
Yeah,
shiny.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Does she-
Because it might help get us out of here.
Oh, why didn't you say so?
I didn't know.
I just feel like she's gonna say catch, like the next thing
Don't
coming
let
out of her
her
mouth.
throw it.
So I
Just
pull it out of
hold
my
it up.
pull it
I'm
out of
gonna
my
be
pack.
screaming. As she's pulling it out, I'm screaming, just hold it up so I can see it.
Oh.
Okay. So I hold it up.
Does it look like it would fit in the...
It's about the right size. It does have a small pedestal of its own, but it's about the right size. It's hard to say. You think it would maybe fit, but the pedestal would be weird because it does have like a little claw hook pedestal that it seems to sit on.
Does it look like the claw hooks on the bottom of the globe would interlock with the claw hooks coming up out of the alcove?
No. No, they don't.
Okay.
Pedestal.
Well, what he's describing, I am relaying to Bilar if he's asking these questions.
I'm gonna stop reading and walk over by Aram, so I can
Because
kind of get an idea of what we're working with firsthand. That way we don't have to keep relaying.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's been about an hour, and Genevieve's gonna wake up on the bed there, stretch, look up at Bitch Slap, and be like, "Who are you?"
What? We're friends.
Slap? Is that Slap? Is that right?
Yes.
Huh.
Bitch slap. Zenevie.
I thought that you were a dream. Oh man. You have anything to drink? I'm so thirsty.
Yeah, but you shouldn't drink it. It'll make you baby.
Oh. And do you have anything like normal? I'm very thirsty.
I've got some crab apples. You want those?
Uh, yeah, I've never really been one for apples. More of a
No.
upside down pineapple kind of kid, you know. No. Yeah, no thanks. How did I get over here? What's going on? I swear to God, I dreamt of you, but like you were older.
Yeah, I guess I got young. I jumped in the fountain. You got young too, a little bit.
Oh.
You're little now.
She seems very confused, and she's grasping at straws to remember things. And as she's talking about them, you believe her. You believe that she truly doesn't remember, as if it happened, more so as if like a vague dream.
Mm.
That I'll call out to Genevieve. Genevieve, first and foremost, don't move. Those gargoyles will burn you alive if you move any further than you are.
Did he say move? I think I heard him
Do
say
not move.
Oh, do not move. Got it. Heard.
And secondly, you were trying to open a lock for me, and it put you to sleep for a little bit.
Okay. Well, how do I get out of here?
Well, I mean, right now we're trying to figure out how to get that crystal ball that Bitch Slap has over to us.
On that note, Dane, did I see Labolo cast Mage Hand?
Probably not. You've been reading, and
Okay.
Mage Hand's invisible.
Do I hear them talking how they want the crystal ball to come to them?
I mean, potentially you're across the room. Oh no, you're right next to him. So yeah, I mean, they're right there. Totally. I mean, you guys are all having a conversation. It's fine. Unless you tell me you're not trying to let somebody hear, I'll assume everybody's hearing it just for ease of.
We were shouting across an empty cave to each other. So.
All right. So I mosey on over and say, "Oh, let's see here."
Just remember, those gargoyles are now at 30 feet, so...
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out, how much damage I want to take and if I can concentrate well enough to keep Mage Hand going. And then...
I think I moved my dude a little close, but I did want to stay outside of that 30-foot range, obviously.
The Mage Hand, what's the distance on it?
30 feet.
Ooh.
I'm just here to help you guys. You know, I logged in to help today. That's why I'm here. I'm not making it's not as difficult as you guys are making it. I'll say that much.
I'm showing Genevieve some of the drawings that I've done on my old scrappy robe with the charcoal that I have.
She throws her hands up. She goes, "Bitch! Your name's Bitch! I totally forgot!
Yeah.
Your name is Bitch Slap! I remembered Slap. That's right. I vaguely remember. We're friends, right?
Yep.
I can't believe it wasn't a dream. Everything's just so... She like holds her head.
Wait, she can bring it to us. She can jump over all this stuff.
Yeah, totally.
Sorry.
Her and Genevieve are the most positioned to bust through and not be damaged out of any of you guys. Even in Bitch Slap's youthened state. Youthened. That's a real word. I made it for you guys. Even in Bitch Slap's youthened state.
Can you please bring that crystal ball over here, Bitch Slap? So I don't have to hurt myself coming to get it.
Sure. And I tell Genevieve, you better stay here. Just stay in the middle of the bed. Don't move.
She stretches a little. So yeah. I guess I want to sleep, and she like yawns.
She should get a short rest for sure.
Eyes. Oh, yawns again. I'll just settle in right here and just get a little sneezes because the bed's covered in dust. Slaps it away and she falls back into sleep. Okay.
So I will...
Athletics, right?
Yep.
Let's go. I love all the fires. She's so nervous. Poor Genevieve. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. 21. Athletics. It probably should be less because of your strength. +7, so still good enough. Okay. Oh, you're jumping straight over to that guy?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm going to take the long route. Okay, another one. Those are all clean, honey. Okay.
Oh, where'd it go?
If you had failed, I was going to ask if you got advantage due to the spring of the bed.
Oh my god.
The spring of the bed and my boots.
Give you a little extra oomph.
My jumping boots.
Still good enough. For half.
So the Lich wasn't trapped in here, he lives down here.
He was trapped down here.
It did. Yeah, it said he was trapped.
Imprisoned would be my take on it, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't get to finish, like, you didn't finish his entire memoir, you just skimmed through it. You saw him talking about his early days, talked about when he got chased out of town, talk about the deal he struck on his deathbed to become a Lich with an ancient, powerful demon. And then it also talks about how he realized that the power he so coveted was kind of a curse in actuality, and that he was now doomed to live his eternal life below the surface unless he was ever freed. And then you guys freed his spirit and managed to hang on to 2 of his phylacteries, but you only know of 1.
So to clarify out of character, I picked up enough out of that memoir to know that he didn't create the lock for this place.
Right, this was his prison.
So there's no point in spending more time reading the memoir.
Maybe not now. You can put it in your empty pocket.
Well, I'm going to keep it still, but there's no point in reading it to try and figure out a way out of it.
Right, he probably doesn't have the answer.
That, and we're spending time trying to do something that, like, basically, like, if they trapped him in here, they're not going to give him the ingredients to get out.
Yeah, I mean, even the riddle on the bottom of the desk was carved in Draconic, and it was underneath the desk, like in a hidden part of the desk.
Right, but I mean, we're using. I'm essentially just putting all the clues together. You know, there's a riddle under the desk in Draconic. You know, I read Draconic. It said it gave a riddle, which essentially the riddle was talking about fire. And then I have a pixie that's pointing towards this general vicinity, which is where the chest was. There's a crystal ball in it. Crystal ball seems to be about the same size as the sconce. So
the only other thing I can think of is we have an altar and a dragon skull and a book of sacrificial rituals. Which
you have been talking
it's a valid option, but there might be something.
You are a warlock.
Well, let's try our.
I'm just trying to think outside the box.
Let's really focus on the crystal ball. Get that in there.
Absolutely.
See what that does, and then then we'll move on from there. And then, and I can mage hand it in there. I could take 1 or 2 hits. I'm not going to take it from 4 though.
Sure.
Okay. I mean, if just putting it in there doesn't work, maybe dip the orb in the Everfire and then try putting it in. Just as a thought before it comes all the way back.
Well, actually, that was my next comment, was to say that it's referring to fire is the answer. Obviously, a crystal ball is just a crystal ball.
More spaghetti in there.
Maybe we need to dip it in the fire first.
Well,
and hope that the
Who has it right now? Who has the crystal ball right now?
Me.
Still you? Okay.
Yeah. Nobody's taking it from her.
I didn't know if anybody wanted to look at it. I mean, no one's even seen it up close or examined it.
I mean, I'd love to take a look at it, but I know Bitch Slap is stingy with things she picks up, so I avoid that until I have to.
Is she, or is that how you feel?
That's how I feel.
Okay, I was like, is she really
That's the
stingy
perception
though?
I get.
I mean, she gave you a whole sapling.
I mean, I asked her if I could look at the sword earlier, and I thought I was going to get stabbed in the neck.
She liked her sword. She lost her maul.
Just for
and that's understandable, but
just for a side note,
is the way I feel. Don't judge me for the way I feel, okay?
Just for a side note, he is not alone in that thought.
Oh, poor Madam Slap.
I found myself quite surprised while I'm trying to figure out the altar, and I turn around and there's an 11-year-old bitch slap staring at me like, "Give me my sword back."
Give me my sword back. My only
that
toy.
passive intimidation. That's what
That's on me though. She didn't say that, so. But I felt it.
You felt the hatred. I got you.
All right,
Not
so we're gonna
hatred.
try the main. Are we gonna look at the crystal ball before we do anything, or are we just gonna try it?
Well, let's take a look at the crystal ball, see if we can't figure anything out about it, anything more about it other than a crystal ball.
I will give whoever wants to roll an advantage, because I think 2 or 3 of you probably have Arcana.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be Lobola or Aram.
I'll either give
It's
one
a-
person advantage, or everybody who has it as a class skill, I'll just let roll.
I have it as a class, and I actually have a +6 to Arcana
All right.
checks.
Lobolo doesn't.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I'd say Aram with advantage then.
Okay.
Ooh.
23.
This is identical to the most generic of crystal balls you can get. It's good enough to do some divining. You can maybe commune with the outside, maybe look in on people, do some stuff like that, locate object, locate person, just general scrying. But it does not appear to have any other special qualities. It literally, in the general magic store you've been into, when you have been to Summerside, there are 6 of them on the counter.
Okay.
Can I
So
keep
this-
it then?
Yeah, at this point, I'm not 100% sure this is going to be the item we're looking for
I will
this.
say you guys already said what you're supposed to do. You just haven't done it. At some point tonight, one of you, I don't remember who it was, mentioned what you needed to do to make it so.
Okay, so recapping the things we said we were going to do that we haven't done is crystal ball on the pedestal, crystal ball after being dipped in the fire on the pedestal, torch for the Everfire on the pedestal, and dragon skull sacrificial altar.
Also
That's really
touching
the-
it.
That's really and walking up and touching it. That's touching the Everfire specifically. Those are the 5 things we said we should try, but have not tried.
Well, no. Now that we know that this crystal ball is just a generic crystal ball, which I will relay that information to everybody who's close enough to hear me.
Bitch Slap, do you like your new shiny crystal ball being called generic?
Hell yeah, I do.
Oh.
Nobody will take it from me.
Okay.
One
Since
thing
I'm
we
stingy.
haven't said that might help is if Lobola wanted to try to do a pants off dance off with that fairy, because apparently the fairy know what's going on and we have no fucking clue. Maybe you could bribe it in giving us some more information.
Did you say a pants off, dance off?
Yeah.
I think that's
But-
that's the one thing you didn't mention that will actually work. So let's go ahead and do that.
Hey!
But yeah, before we run off with that, can't we actually try Bitch Slap's idea and just let her touch it? I mean,
You can do whatever you guys want.
Side note on that, Dane. Is everybody else seeing the fairy, or is that just me?
Oh, she's up there where she's on the map right now.
You're right.
yeah,
I
but
know,
has
but
everybody seen her? Because
Yeah,
the
I
last
mean,
time you
right.
said only Mike saw her.
No, she's
So-
around. She
or Aaron.
occasionally does disappear, but she is also quite around.
okay. Well, she seemed to be focused around me earlier, so I didn't
Oh,
know
yeah.
if I was the only one seeing her or not. So
I saw her when you put her on the map, but I don't want to say anything because you didn't say anything. So I'll be right back though.
Okay.
okay. So at this point, we have Bitch Slap, who is the most athletic of the bunch, who might be able to get close enough to those damn things to touch the living fire with a torch and put the torch into the sconce. We could try Lobolo's mage hand idea with that, but he's going to get close enough that he might possibly get hurt.
But I can take 1 or 2 hits. I just didn't want to take all 4 hits from those other ones.
Yeah. I mean, if you move within, let's say, 15 foot of it, that should put you close enough to use your mage hand on a torch and shift it around where you need it to shift around.
Mhm.
But
I think-
depending on how much time you spend in there, you might incur more than one shot.
Yeah, well, I can heal. I've got a couple heals left. Like I said, I just didn't want to take all those hits all at once off those other ones by the bed. And then,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, I between you two having the best possible options of making this happen, I'll leave it between Lobolo and Bitch Slap to decipher if either one of you want to try it.
oh shit! I pressed add item and everything changed color.
On your character sheet.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to click out of it and change everything back. There we go. I think that did it.
That's because you added an item at the bottom.
Did I?
Well, it's a blank line. I'll delete it unless you need it.
No, I don't need it for anything. I'm just, like I said, I was pushed a button and.
It's all good.
All right, well, let's try bitch slap touching it first. I mean, that's like the simplest.
So she's just gonna walk over and touch the ever burning flame inside one of the
I don't
gargoyles?
That's up to her.
Is that the plan?
I mean, I would rather her use a torch than her hand, but I mean
it kind of makes sense though, because this is meant to trap in undead things if something living touched it.
I mean, it's real simple.
It kind of makes sense. I mean,
if it doesn't
there's a big
work, we
chance
just
of
heal her.
Bitch slap getting hurt, but it makes sense.
let's cover two birds with one stone, then.
Right? Have her take a torch with her. And
Yeah.
touch it.
Just grab the ball of the torch and stick her hand in. See what happens. Worst case scenario, her hand's covered in everfire and we have no way to extinguish it.
She's gonna burn forever.
But it'll only happen once.
You get to be a hero once.
Okay.
Make you a statue with a tree coming up out of the middle.
Get my hammer back.
Wait,
Bury
she's
me with
11, right?
Yeah, she's
Isn't
11.
that some sort of abuse right there?
It's
And we can't put her hand out in the pond because then she'll be like, diaper wise.
It's-
If you want to try to instrict common law to bitch slap, you go right on ahead. I'm going to stand back here and watch.
Well,
I
I'm
was
thinking the
raised by
fire guy.
wolves.
I'm thinking
So,
the
like-
fire guy that's 200 years old would be the best to touch the fire, take the torch, and we just cast whatever we need to get him in and out of there. And if he does remain on fire, we put his hand in the pond. He can stand to lose 10 to 30 years.
I agree.
But that way, the team takes less of a hit. If
Out of
Abraham
character,
wants.
Mike, you get fire resistance, don't you?
right?
I do actually, but the problem is these things have not been pelting me with fire.
And that's why we
You
cast stuff
haven't
on
touched
you.
it I'm feeling
You know, and actually, now that you guys have said all that, what comes to mind? It was elven blood that caused that lich to come back to life. Maybe it's going to take elven blood to get those stones,
You've
because
got-
I have yet to actually try
You're
and touch
alive.
the stones.
your elven
Yeah.
fire. That's 3 pieces of the puzzle. It's got to be you. I don't
Okay.
see
It's gonna be me.
All right.
All right.
Well, enough talking. I'm going to go.
I'm going to hand you the torch so you can hold the end of it as you stick your hand in, just in case. That way we have an
Yeah.
ever torch for further use.
So, I guess I'm moving here to start with.
Fuck yeah, let's do this.
I'm going to position about here so I can hit him with the healing word if I have to.
Legitimately been waiting 2 hours for you guys to do something. This is great.
This is what D&D is all about.
I know. I'm not mad. I am not mad. This is. I mean, I did not put a puzzle in here so you guys could just hack your way through it. You know what I mean? Like I felt like we've done a lot of that, and I wanted to give you guys a little more flavor.
Yeah, I've been having time in my life, so.
Cool.
All right.
Guess I'll follow.
So I have a few spell slots. So before I get started on this, I am casting a first level spell.
Oh.
Expeditious Retreat.
Right on.
Okay.
That gives me double my movement speed.
You're like, I'm getting ready for the run here in a minute.
That's right.
And I'm gonna cast Healing Word on him level 2 to like just go ahead and top him off. And there we go.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And you're still inspired. I'm like, you got this, buddy. Watch out, bus.
Right. Balar.
I'm ready with a level 2 healing word. In case
No,
you...
torch.
Oh, I handed that to you as we were walking over. You already got it.
Okay.
And
Okay.
you know, that one more thing before we do this. What if we talked Bitch Slap into loaning Aram her boots to increase his chances of getting in and out of there without
There's
being
another
decimated?
pair of boots. Go wear those.
These are my fucking boots.
You know what? I might be interested in those boots, but not right now.
I'll let you hold on to this really cool Moonstone jewel that I found, and if he doesn't give the boots back, then you can keep it.
Okay, deal.
My fucking
That's
boots.
collateral. That's collateral. That's what it is.
Dane.
Hmm.
Dane. While they're discussing this, I'm just gonna go
Yeah. Okay.
Without the boots.
without the boots.
Okay.
Yeah. She's like
I'm
over there
keeping
trying to
it
get
cool.
him to come off, and they're kind of stuck on a big ass cast.
So as soon as that thing is got its mouth in the where you got the cone,
Yeah.
I'm gonna run up, touch it with my hand, and the torch with my other hand, and then try and jam both down in there into the sconce.
So wait, you're reaching up with the torch and your hand into its mouth to touch the ever-burning flame, and then pulling them both out and sticking them down below,
You got it,
all at once.
all at once.
I love that about you. Give me your
I'm hoping one of these is gonna work.
athletics or dex check
All right. Well, athletics
or
falls
acrobatics.
under acrobatics.
Yeah, I'm allowing it.
Woo! 20.
Yeah.
Well, good. You only take half. Take 7.
Okay, 7 it is.
And you do that, and the statues stop rotating. You hear the Zelda open door sound, or however it goes. And you're pretty sure that you might have done something.
Okay, so I'm going to move back out of range.
Okay.
I mean, you were already in there. You could have just stood there for a minute to see if they actually
Well-
shut up.
Well, yeah, but if I move, then I may be setting off a sensor, is the intended game plan.
He's
My
being
thought
thorough.
process. Yes. If they went off when I went in, they should go off when I go out.
True.
Yeah, so they
Okay.
stop rotating. You hear them grind to a stop. And give me perception checks all around for the... Yeah, I guess all of you can roll.
6.
17.
Hold on.
6.
23.
Oh, there it is. I think PRC and wait, no, that's not it.
P-E-R.
What tab? What tab is perception in? Skills.
Skills.
Alright.
Skills.
Loki came to say hi, everybody.
Hey, buddy.
Woohoo.
Hi,
19.
Loki.
Labolo, you and Bitch Slap are pretty sure you hear a sound from the end of the hall, kind of echo through the hall, up the hallway.
Awesome. I call dibs on the awesome hideout. Oh.
Oh, is this your new hideout?
Yes.
Okay, so, 2 things I want to do. Number 1, they were recommending boots that were in a chest. I want to go pick those up.
Okay. There's boots in the chest. You're going to grab them?
Yes, I am.
I'm going to make sure I gathered all the books and put them in my bag,
Okay.
Secondly,
including retrieving the one I gave to Labolo earlier. Sorry, buddy. You can borrow
No,
it.
okay.
That's alright.
Store it.
Secondly, I'm going to ask Balar if he will hold on to the head pin and the boots for me in his regular bag, since
Okay.
I have no bag.
Yeah, sure.
And then, last but not least, I am going to take a small sip from the fountain.
You're gonna go drink from the fountain?
Yep.
All right, cool. Roll a Constitution save.
Are you gonna put that head pin and the boots in the sheet, or oh yeah, there they are. So.
23.
Oh, okay. You're healed up, and you only lose 1 year.
Let's give it up for Bitch Slap's idea.
Yeah.
So I'm
Well,
now
he did both at
199
once.
years old.
He did both at once, so we don't know if it was her idea of touching the fire or my idea of torch transference. So, so we're clear.
The
but
torch is still on fire, and it did get caught on fire from the flame from the ever-burning fire in the gargoyle's mouth. But it is still on fire.
I like the idea of elf blood, though. That was pretty awesome. Oh, so if Bitch Slap did it, might not have worked.
I'm the one who came up with the elf's blood.
No, that's what I was saying. It's a good story. But if Bitch Slap had done it, it might not have worked.
Effort there.
Yeah.
Factors, and we don't really know which factor it was that did it because we tried all of them.
Right. Sweet.
Okay, but let's keep in mind that
As you guys are standing here discussing, he comes back with the boots to be right by you guys. You hear a loud clink. Clink.
Run.
Sounds like a timer. Run.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Xenovive actually had woke back up too. We'll get her out of here at the same time.
Okay.
You guys get to the corner there, and the gargoyles start moving slowly. The final clink, and you hear like a chain going up, and the gargoyles start moving again. Everybody give me 2 dex saves. Mike, you can give me 1 for your expeditious retreat. It actually works for everybody, so everybody give me 1 dex save.
22.
8.
I'm just gonna roll this once, and everybody's gonna take whatever it is.
Nat 20.
Oh, that's pretty good. So Bitch Slap, you take 9. Everybody else takes 4.
13.
Gotta move Xenovive. Alright, that is it. You guys took your damage. You guys managed to get to the top. You go up the winding staircase. The stone slab that had fallen into place is just above the exit. You can see that it's you managed to get through. You get that to go up as well. You exit outside of the burial site of the prison of the necromancer now. Is where we are. I did put the items in the party sheet. The boots and the.
I put the boots and the headpiece in my bag, as per Aram's request.
Okay. So you guys are back up top.
So I am going to recommend that we head back to the clearing, where the pixies and the centaurs were, because I'm assuming it's what was a couple days worth of traveling to get to a town, correct?
No.
Did we ever put the corpse back in the bag?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we wrapped it up and bagged it back.
Yes.
Sweet. Burritoed it up.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of.
Am I correct in that, Dane? It was like a couple days travel to get to town.
Yeah, it was like 2 days, I think.
Okay. But the clearing where the centaurs and pixies were was
45 minutes.
within a couple hours.
It was like
45
an hour,
minutes,
yeah.
Okay, let's head there.
So good news. When you guys come out, I was getting to that, but damn, this new thing is cool, but I'm not sure I agree. It makes the map appear like I can't. Stop making the map appear, you fuck. Does that make sense? Like it. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
Once you guys get out of the cave or the tomb, there is a centaur and a couple of. Let me just delete all these tokens off here. Maybe that'll do the difference. Delete token. Delete all tokens. Done. Done. There we go. There we go. I'm not sure what this is doing here.
We need to move all of our tokens to the stone clearing first.
I don't know why it's doing that. It's giving me errors for everybody I move now. It's this new program. It's fine. No big deal. I'll just
Sorry.
It's all right. I mean, it's I like it, I think, but then I also don't like it. If that makes sense, because I don't like these errors it's giving me. I'll update them all and see if they stick around. But
Okay.
for now, I'll just have to continually clear these. So you guys get out, and the centaur's there with his two setter homeboys, and the one of the other two pixies. The other pixie comes out with you guys.
And me.
I'm getting there. It just keeps giving me the damn errors. They're super annoying. Okay, we made it. But you guys get out of the cave, immediately step out, and he's there. The pixie kind of flies up and lands on this stone right here. The centaur gives her kind of a scathing, kind of parental scolding look. Xenovi instantly hides behind this boulder, maybe even slipping over there unseen to the others. But they're standing there waiting for you, and the centaur is looking down from his high horse, pun intended, sternly at you.
I'll step in front of the centaur.
Oh, yeah.
And look him, well, not square in the eye, but up at the eye.
Yeah, he's almost 8 feet tall.
Right. Yeah, I kind of got that. I'm
8 hooves tall.
I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna say, look, we ventured in, we figured out how to get rid of your lich, but we are missing a key component to make it happen, and we have to have it within the next 5 hours.
We need a hammer too, by the way.
It's possible I may have the item in my bag, but I don't know where it is. We still need her hammer back. And if you have a diamond in one of those centaur hooves or centaur satyr pockets, we can go down and we can finish the job, and then we can go about finding our stuff.
New canon, all satyrs have kangaroo pouches.
I just love how you named the two things that traditionally do not have storage. Centaur hooves and animals that don't wear pants.
Yeah, well.
So the centaur kind of grunts, looks to side, looks over his pixie that had come out with you guys, and she's sitting there with her knees up and her elbows on her knees and her little wings flapping behind her hair, putting a flower in her hair, and she looks over at him, kind of winks, and then flits off and disappears into the trees. But he kind of grimaces, and he says, I hope that it's truly enough to wipe this scourge from the planet. Well, you couldn't even see because his body's so broad, but he reaches back onto his, where his human form meets his equestrian form, or what is it, equine form? His horse form. And he
Equine.
What is it?
All three of those.
Equine. Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, he pulls off your bag and just tosses it at your feet. and one of the satyrs steps aside, and there's a giant ass maul sitting like literally as tall as he is, but he was just in the way of Bitch Slap seeing it. He steps aside, and there's the maul, and there's your bag. The centaur says, "Hurry and finish the deed, otherwise all is lost. For he shall reawaken and be a scourge of the land once more."
So when he hands me the stuff, I take the maul and just kind of bitch slap and just kind of put my arm out.
I'm pretty sure Bitch Slap jumped over there based on the fact that she moved real fast.
And then I dig into my bag. I have a
bag of gems in there, don't you?
Yeah, exquisite onyx gems. 23 of them.
Yeah,
Be exact.
that's not diamonds.
Well, I was. I mean, it was a bag of exquisite onyx gems, and you said there's 23 of them in the bag. So I wasn't sure if those were all identical gems or what. I just remember grabbing them and running with it.
Yeah.
So
$1,000 for returning the corpse. Return the corpse, buy a diamond, catch a ride on the centaurs. Their lich dies.
Except we have to perform the ritual within 24 hours of picking up the lich body, and we're days away from a town.
How fast does a centaur run?
There's one other thing on there that you guys may have missed. A couple other things on there, honestly, that you guys haven't even mentioned.
Complimentary rover duck.
Yes.
So there's the vial of holy water, but I assumed, which assumptions make an ass out of you and me, of course.
Yes.
But I assumed that the healing water might substitute.
The door slams shut on the tomb.
Ruh-roh.
Elf blood.
Elf blood is holy. We can open it again.
We'll just take off your pinky section at a time.
Labolo's like, I've tried that!
We haven't determined for sure that the hairpin is in fact a similar artifact dedicated to the deity of death or destruction.
That's true.
We're assuming it is, but again, assumptions make an ass out of you and me.
Right. So as it sits, you guys are outside in this meadow. The centaur says, make good of your word and finish the deed. And then you guys are still missing a couple things. You're missing holy water. You're missing a death item. You're missing a lawful good cleric to do the ritual. You're missing two. You're missing 1,000 or 2,000 gold piece diamonds. The pixie did become apparent to you that there is more than one phylactery for the lich.
I would like to point out that it doesn't say it has to be a lawful good cleric. It specifically says caster must be of good alignment.
That's true. So
or it takes a curse. So it doesn't even have to be a good character. It's just that's the preferred person to do it.
I fit into that category.
A consecrated area, a temple or shrine.
I mean, I feel like with the altar in there, we were in a consecrated area. I feel like that would constitute.
That was maybe the wrong kind of consecration. That was like a
right, concentrated for good.
But it doesn't
desecrated.
specify. It just says a consecrated area with an altar.
That was a desecrated area.
I'll give you that.
The polar opposite.
So I asked the nearest centaur if there's a town nearby with like a couple hours.
Yeah, I think you guys were within a couple hours of the little town that you originally had come from.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
Black Tomb Keep.
I'm having a slight memory lapse here. Didn't we pick up some gems and somebody has them in their bags besides the ones that I have?
I picked up an elegant moonstone jewel.
From way back when?
From that.
From the death of a asshole? Zenevieve's job?
I think Zenevie might have some.
I'm looking. I have everybody's stuff pulled up. Hang on. Complimentary rubber ducky. That's a real thing. Did you put that on your sheet?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You told me to, because it was from that very first bathhouse we went to.
That's right. Oh yeah, that's right. You do have it. Forgot about
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you have the moonstone jewelry. That's the one that I just gave you, right? The hairpiece, or no?
Yeah, the jeweled hairnet and the winged boots.
Which, now that I got my bags, I do want to get those back from you.
Okay, I'll put the winged boots back on the party sheet and you can grab them there.
Yeah, boots for sure, but as far as the headdress goes, I don't care. You can keep those.
I'll hang on to the hairnet for now. Unless you really want it.
No,
the boots are back
fine.
on the party sheet, so you can grab those.
I don't see the gems you guys need here. Now there is a jeweler in Blacktomb Keep you guys could potentially trade some jewels with too.
That's our dude, right?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Sambo.
Sambo.
He's a dragonborn jeweler. Yep.
And you said we're only a couple hours from there?
Yeah, you're closer to there than anywhere else. Of places that you know, anyway.
And there's a whole religious district there. I don't know if they'd let us use the ground of the altar, but...
Wait a minute. You're saying a couple hours to get there by normal speed, correct?
Yeah.
Normal speed is 30 foot.
Okay.
I'm still running Expedient Retreat, and it's a concentration.
Okay. How long does it last? An hour?
Up to 10 minutes.
Oh, so not very long.
No, but...
That's 20 minutes walking in 10 minutes.
Yeah, and actually...
Hey, Labolo, how many polymorphs you got left?
I only had one on a force spell, and depending if we rested, which I don't think we did, or we could have, you never know. I won't have another one until I get a full rest.
I could wild shape into a war horse or a draft horse.
There we go. That's what I was about to say. How about you shapeshift into a horse? I'll ride with you. Let's get to town.
That'll double my speed, so in essence reduce the travel time by half.
So if travel time is 2 hours, you're doubling it, so we're talking an hour to get there and an hour to get back. We'll be cutting it close, but that'll get us to town and hope and pray that Zambo is available and he's got what we need, and I can see about trading him some of these onyx gems.
Let me check one thing. I don't remember how long Wild Shape lasts. I think it's like 4 hours.
And me, I want to see if I can persuade a centaur to give me a ride into town.
We'll go back to town when we're done here, but...
Well, you guys are planning. I'm planning my ride. I don't want to plan the ride at the last second.
The thing is, Aram, once we get there, we kind of have to cast the ritual there. And there is a note at the end of the ritual I found that said it may attract the Lich and its followers.
Well, that's why I was kind of hoping to come back here.
Well, we can't do it here. There's no consecrated ground or altar to do it on. It has to be performed on consecrated ground and altar.
So I'm going to touch the rock and see if I can't get it to open up again.
Okay.
I thought we already determined that was desecrated ground.
I don't know, but my blood opened up the stone the last time.
Yeah, no, it doesn't open.
Okay.
Who has the dragon? Who's carrying the dragon head?
I have the dragon head. Now it's in my bag.
Okay.
I've got 2 hours in wild shape.
It really won't fit in your bag.
Oh.
It's almost 3 times the size of a horse's head. It fit in Balar's bag.
I was going to say, Balar can help me.
He's got the bag of empty pockets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll put it in there. Out of character, I can do wild shape for 2 hours.
Okay. Lobola, I need a persuasion check at disadvantage on the centaur.
Wait a minute. You said we were heading to Blackcomb Keep.
Yeah, Blackcomb Keep. Yep.
Blackcomb Keep actually has the Citadel district that's got all the different a bunch of different deities, right? Right, yeah, religious district.
Yeah.
What was the disadvantage of?
Persuasion.
Yeah, but how much was it?
Oh, that was you did it. It's just you just roll again with disadvantage.
All right. Well, I was just gonna take it just press disadvantage and roll.
Yeah, but now you can just roll it again. It's fine.
So maybe we could use one of those places at the religious district to do this ritual.
The centaur laughs kind of begrudgingly, and he says, "I'm not one to give rides to bipeds, but hop the fuck on. Let's make this work."
I'm riding a centaur.
You may have been a centaur in another life. For some reason, I'm feeling inclined to aid you. Perhaps it's because time is of the essence, and I wish this necromancer done for good.
What are we
I
gonna do
glow.
about
I glow with happiness and power.
Bitch Slap has sweet boots that stride and jump
That's
very
true.
well.
How fast?
I don't know.
Okay.
So
Pretty
fast.
fast.
Well, all right. So that sounds good. So it sounds like you guys are gonna go there. Lobolo's got to ride. Bitch Slap's gonna run full bore. Ballar's gonna turn into a war horse, and Aram and Zenevieve can just jump on.
Zenevieve's pretty small by now, isn't she? As a child.
Yeah, she's not quite a child. She's not as much of a child as you.
Oh, okay.
There is not a temple to a death god in the town. However, the giant corpse you guys cleaned out of goblins early on is the working temple of the.
No, wait a minute. I thought you said it had to be consecrated ground.
What do you mean?
Such as temple or... let me reread it here. So the ritual must be performed in a consecrated area, such as a temple or shrine dedicated to a deity of death or destruction.
Right.
Oh, okay. I missed I was forgetting the last half of that. Okay.
Yeah, I did too, if I'm being honest.
Trying to remember the dude's name.
Then we get to town, get the Zambos, get the gem we need.
Holy water. So in town, we need to confirm that the headpiece is an artifact dedicated to a deity of death or destruction. We need holy water, which shouldn't be hard to get at all.
Oh, Norlon.
What?
I was thinking of Norlon.
Yeah.
He is a priest to a death god. His place that he lives is a consecrated temple that he has forged out while he is there. He has blessed it. That is probably another hour past town.
There was no altar there, though. We need to do this on an altar.
Well, or consecrated. I thought there was an or in there for consecrated ground.
I mean, I guess for Zenevieve, she's like, for me, it's like, I don't really know who this Norlon guy you guys are talking about is, but...
Genevieve knows.
No.
She doesn't remember.
You don't even really look too familiar, but I will say, Norlon, whoever this guy is, if he's a death cleric, he probably knows what to do. We probably just need to get all this to him and tell him what's going on. And as long as he's cool, and it sounds like you guys know him.
He did invite us back for sandwiches anytime.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so while we're in town, we need to confirm that the symbol or artifact is what we need. We need a vial of holy water and a diamond worth 1,000 gold pieces. The only piece we have for sure is a piece of the Lich's body. Everything else we either need to confirm or acquire.
Okay, so I will go see Zambo about the gem. You go see
A cleric about identifying the headpiece
yeah,
and acquiring a vial of holy water.
yeah.
Training.
And actually, you should be able to go to what was the name of that place?
Keep it simple. Bitch slap. While we're there, can you get us a hammer?
Yes.
Okay.
She's got a hammer.
Do you?
Well, she got the maul,
Maul.
You got
She got
the
her maul back. Yeah.
but like
Just-
a ritualistic like hammer for smashing
Do
a
you
gem.
want to risk using the maul in a ceremony, though?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I hear you. No, you're right. You're right.
It doesn't say a ritualistic hammer. It just says hit it with a hammer.
Right? No, I get it. I'm with you on that. I'm not fighting you on it. I'm just telling you like a maul.
I mean, if
a
you
maul
want to
is
get
not.
like a shiny hammer.
Yeah, maul's not really.
Shiny hammer.
I mean,
I'll get
this is a
shiny
ritual
hammer.
to a deity of death or destruction, so maybe they like a crude
Pretty hammer.
better.
Yeah. All the cups were gilded in gold.
Okay. So
Is the hammer to break a diamond?
Yes.
Yep.
I get where you're coming from with that too. I agree.
okay. So
Something strong enough to break a diamond.
A
would
deity that doesn't like dead things coming back from the life.
There you go.
okay. So I'll go to Sandbows for the gem. And what do we? Terry's magical odysseys?
Mhm.
No,
Potentially.
or Lathander's temple, maybe.
Lathander's temple is where you guys went and had that whole bunch of pompous dudes tell you nothing good.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a marker on the map that says religious district, and then there's one that says Lathander's temple, but it doesn't actually have any pins for any other religious places.
I mean, I'm just going to hit the district in general. And do you know what this is? Can you?
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to plan it out before we take off because it's a 2-hour trip there by walking. So if we're
I
riding,
thought we were.
get
I
there
thought
in
we
an
were
hour.
discussing this as we were going. Like we need to start moving. So.
Well, yeah, that works too. But I mean, we can definitely say that we're moving while we're discussing this because it's going to be an hour to get there, and so we have time to discuss it. But we got another hour to go to get to.
I'd like to ask Labolo if he'd like to come with me to the religious district to help me take care of these 2 tasks that we have to accomplish there.
Yeah, because I'm interested in finding about a deity who truly despises the undead. I don't know anything about religion, so I'll follow you.
Okay, so that sounds like we got our game plan there then.
Okay, if you guys could each just shoot me like a one-liner on what your particular person is doing once we get to town. So it sounds like we're going to Black Tomb Keep, and then we're going to Black Tomb Keep, and then we're going to go from there. We're going to go get all of our things together quickly, and then head to go see Norlon to see if he can destroy this.
You got it.
Charge.
Okay, perfect. So that's where we'll pick up. We'll pick up in... I don't know. I'll think about it, but we're either going to pick up in Black Tomb Keep or in or at Norlon, depending on what takes time. But I think probably more likely will be in Black Tomb Keep because you guys will have a couple people to talk to there. And we'll do that. So that's where we'll pick up next Wednesday. We'll have the whole team here at least, except for maybe Cheyenne. I'm not sure about her yet still. But good job, guys. I think overall, I think you did pretty well. There's still one thing you're missing that hopefully one of you realizes before it's too late, but just think on that. I kind of mentioned it, but I didn't want to give too much away. So you have everything you could have and need from here that you should have and need from here. It's just a matter of if you remember to do everything you need to do. So yeah.
I am not seeing it whatsoever.
I copied down the ritual, and I will study it en route to Blackstone Keep.
And he
Okay.
said we had 2 out of 3 things we needed because Lich didn't sacrifice or split
So
himself into
we've
just
got 1 out of 4 things we need. Well, 5 technically, 6 technically.
So no, you're talking about different things. Jacob, you're talking about
Horcruxes.
Jacob Ballar is talking about the ritual. Bear/Labolo is talking about the Lich's phylacteries.
Yes.
I think I missed something from that conversation earlier. Then
Yeah, well, we were collecting. He said you have 2 out of 3 phylacteries for the Lich. And then, I don't know, that's out of character.
We have 2. Wait,
Yeah, that's what you're missing. So we got back around to it, but yeah, so there's still one somewhere. You're gonna have
you got to elaborate for me, Labolo, at some point.
Horcruxes. Like, think of Horcruxes.
Horcruxes,
You know, Horcruxes, yeah, in like Harry Potter universe.
phylacteries, yeah.
Yeah, phylacteries. So, like, out of character, a Lich will separate and tie his soul into a single thing in general, and that's where even if his body's killed, he returns to that, reconstructs, and then comes back. This Lich used 3, which one means he's super duper powerful if he gets amped up. But he's also, there's 3 pieces of things that he would keep dear that we need to have and destroy them, or else we're just going to have to do it all over again. As far as I understand it.
Nailed it.
Like-
Inspiration.
Maybe the gem rings we picked up off its body.
His robes, the dust, like all the stuff would have
All
to
the
be.
stuff that I'm carrying on me currently.
There's might be some stuff that's around that needs
You have
to
two
go.
of 2 of 3, one of which you know.
Well, we picked up that headdress thing, which may or may not be important. And then I've got its bones, a red gem ring, its robes, and a green gem ring.
Right.
Boots.
And the Dracolich head.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, pretty much everything, because unless we can identify this stuff, and, like, I don't know if the characters really know if it's a total of 3.
Right.
You know, and that's where I'm stuck. That's where I'm trying not to say too much.
Well, I mean,
because
the Centaur,
yeah.
I believe, pointed out 2 sessions ago, saying that there was more than one way, the one item that the Lich had empowered, which needed destroyed. Otherwise, that's why he hasn't taken action, because he's not sure what those items are, and he's not even sure how to destroy them once he got them. As that's not his forte, or that's not his style.
Right. And so the most mathematical, best way to do it is to destroy everything that came out of the Lich's tomb. I
So
think, anyways.
while we're riding back to town, can we ask the Centaur if he knows what it is? What we
no,
need?
because that's literally what Dane just said. He didn't know.
Okay. I misunderstood then. I apologize.
Yeah. That
So
part I
really,
thought.
who you want to convince is Bitch Slap, if she wants to give up anything that she collected, or everything that she collected in the Lich's tomb.
I mean, I would.
Hey, bitch slap! I got a pound of jerky. You want to trade?
No.
Try and find yourself another 3-armed troll.
She still wants the first one back.
Well, Katie, have Bitch Slap roll a wisdom save, or roll a wisdom save for Bitch Slap for me.
Ooh,
You have
There
no
you go.
recollection of ever seeing a 3-armed troll.
Aww.
And when he says that,
Sad.
you give him you give him a weird look, and obviously you respond accordingly.
Okay. 3-armed troll.
That's bonkers.
We only have 2 arms.
The loss of time is also affecting the memory. We saw signs of that in Xenavie. So,
All right, guys. I think that's good for now. We did a lot. We got a plan for next week. Give you guys something to think about. Feel free to obviously text later and ask, or do what we do and talk a little bit about thoughts or anything, and I'll answer as I can. But I appreciate you guys coming to Dungeons and Dragons in the case of the Wednesdays tonight. Obviously, appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody watching. Hopefully, see y'all next Wednesday then at the latest. Otherwise, I got Streamline Dungeons and Dragons should rock and roll this Sunday from 9 to 11 EST in the PM with the other Dungeons and Dragons crew. But thank you guys so much. I'm going to go ahead and sign off of here. Don't forget to follow and subscribe.